that is certainly not out of the question. Tonight, he faces the Lions, one of the 4 franchises to never play on the season's biggest Sunday, and a team needing a win to keep pace with Minnesota in a division that's now missing the Lions' nemesis, Aaron Rodgers. Al, Chris, and Michelle ready to go. Carrie Underwood starts us from Motown. We'll see you at halftime. Enjoy the game.
This has been Kia's Sunday Night Kickoff.
Tomorrow and Tuesday, the Voice Knockout rounds begin with the help of 3-time Grammy winner Kelly Clarkson.
We got Kelly Clarkson.
And in a shocking first, what could bring Blake and Adam closer than ever?
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Emmy winner The Voice tomorrow and Tuesday on NBC.
So it's Ford Edge versus a Sunday drive through New Jersey.
Sign up the grill now.
Be there in 20.
Through New Jersey.
Yeah, all those confusing signs. You've got roundabouts, jug handles.
And no left turns.
But Ford Edge has voice-activated sync with navigation, so you'll get there.
Turn right. Right to go left.
And when you gotta make a move, Edge is looking out for you with a blind spot information system.
I see it.
That's the total package. During SUV season, get an Edge with 0% for 60 months plus $2,750 bonus cash, or lease for just $199 a month.
A bridge shut down over politics. Their biggest triumph was a traffic jam. Chris Christie and Kim Guadagno's failures short.
Whoa, nice outfit.
When I grow up, I'm going to Mars.
We're working on that.
Some people know how far they want to go. A personalized financial strategy can help you get them there. See how access to JP Morgan investment expertise can help you. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Has an all-wheel drive SUV of your life. Urban adventure, that's Tucson. Taking that next step, check out the Santa Fe Sport. Full-time chauffeuring, your 7-passenger Santa Fe awaits. And with America's best warranty, whichever stage you're in.
You just saved me from getting a minivan. Give him some love.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And this is the reason to buy now. Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe Sport for $169 a month for 24 months, or get up to $5,000 in total savings. Hurry in. Offers end October 31st.
We're talking football on Sports Final tonight.
Spanish audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Watch live, local, and primetime games with NFL Mobile. Only on Verizon. Celebrate World Sandwich Day at Subway on November 3rd. Buy any sub and 30-ounce drink and get another sub free.
We are in Detroit on this last Sunday of October, and at Ford Field, the Lions are in the tunnel, ready to take the field against the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football.
Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping. NBC Sunday night about to happen. America's game been waiting all day. Steelers and the Lions have come to play. Al, Chris, Michelle, turn it up. It's the NFL, can't get enough. We got a battle tonight, a winner take all, ain't nothing like Sunday night football. It's out of control. Get set, let's go. The clock's winding down. Let's rock and roll. Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping. NBC Sunday night about to happen. The hits keep coming and the lights keep flashing. Come on, get ready for the action. Sunday night, Sunday night. Sunday night, Sunday night. Sunday night, Sunday night, Sunday night.
Ford Field in downtown Detroit, home of the Lions since 2002, as the home team takes the field. And there is Matthew Stafford set to take the helm and ready to meet the Killer Bees. Bell, Ben, and Brown and the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya, welcome to Detroit. Well, there's been a lot of drama on and off the field around the Steelers this season. We'll detail that as we go along, but they survived a big-time beatdown by the Jaguars 3 weeks ago to win their next 2 games. And think of it in these terms, through all of that, if they win tonight and the season ended tonight, they'd be the #1 seed in the American Football Conference going to the playoffs. On the other side of the coin, the Detroit Lions have been very inconsistent this season. The Lions started the season with a mark of 3-1, but then lost their next 2, come off a well-needed bye last week. And the Lions are like so many teams in the National Football League, you have no idea what you're going to get from one week to the next. So, Chris, what are we going to get from the Detroit Lions tonight, in your mind?
Well, they are healthier after that bye. They really did need that break. Some key players, Matthew Stafford, Golden Tate, and they should be much better off at this point. The question for the Detroit Lions is, can they get their pass protection going? 17 sacks of Matthew Stafford in the last 3 games. You can't beat Pittsburgh like that.
No, not with that defense. So much melodrama around the Steelers, but here they are 5-2.
Now, melodrama off the field, not so much on it. I really like the way the Pittsburgh Steelers are playing right now. They're running the football great with Le'Veon Bell. They're playing tremendous defense. You know this passing game is going to get it going. But we also know this is a very difficult place to try and come in here and get a win. This is going to be a good matchup tonight.
Let's get more. Down on the field we go to Michelle.
Well, Al, the Steelers have a youth movement going on, and they're getting major contributions from 2 rookies, one on each side of the ball. First-round pick, linebacker T.J. Watt, that's J.J.'s younger brother, is tied for the team lead with 4 sacks. And Mike Tomlin told me everybody needs a Watt. I don't know what Mom and Dad Watt did, but as a parent, I want to model it. And he called T.J. no maintenance, wired in, and a good pro. And second-round pick, wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, who at 20 is the youngest player in the league, has scored 3 touchdowns, tying the most touchdowns before the age of 21 in NFL history. And Tomlin told us Juju is everybody's favorite little brother, but Al, he said as football players, both of these rookies are really quite mature.
Michelle, set to go, 2 of the NFL's oldest franchises, the Steelers and Lions, on Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Subway, so much sandwich. By Verizon, the best network and the best unlimited. By Untuck It, shirts designed to be worn untucked. Untuckit.com. And by the 2018 Kia Sorento. Learn more at kia.com.
So there you were, owning the landscape. The freedom of knowing that you were out in front. But what didn't occur to you is that while you were basking in old glories, we were forging a new path.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
All right, Hulu, let's show them sports.
Need somebody to help me say it one time.
A better way to follow your sports. It's not a dream, it's TV come true.
Celebrate World Sandwich Day at Subway, Friday, November 3rd. Buy any sub and 30-ounce drink, and we'll give you another sub free. Plus, we'll donate a meal to Feeding America. It's all part of our live feed event as Subway restaurants around the world join the fight to end hunger in their communities. So stop in, buy any sub and 30-ounce drink, get one sub free, and do some good with Feeding America. Friday, November 3rd at Subway.
Des Bryant for the touchdown.
When amazing moments happen on Sunday Night Football, share the experience and be part of the conversation at SNF on NBC.
Throws.
And stream Sunday Night Football online on your tablet or connected TVs with the NBC Sports app.
NBC Sports, home of Super Bowl 52, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Ford Field, downtown Detroit, ready for Sunday Night Football. Steelers, Lions. Little nostalgia under the roof here tonight. How's that for 320s? Lem Barney and then Billy Sims on the left of the screen right now, and of course the great Barry Sanders being greeted by the Steelers in midfield. Lions homecoming this week, and we hope to have Barry up for a brief visit in the booth in the second half. Updated standings: Steelers on top of the division. Baltimore won on Thursday night, so they're 4-4. Bengals won today, 3-4. Minnesota goes to London, beats Cleveland, they're 6-2. Green Bay had a bye, they're 4-3. And the Lions can move into a tie for second with Green Bay with a win here tonight. Full house as always. 65,000 and Pittsburgh not that far away. Pretty easy drive. So as always, a lot of Steeler fans on the road. That's Sam Martin, who's been hurt, and he's seeing his first action of the season. He is their punter, also their kickoff man, and the youngest player in the league, as Michelle so noted, Juju Smith-Schuster, the rookie out of the University of Southern California, lining up to return the kick. Terrell Watson is also back there with him. Two of them standing at the 1-yard line. And off we go from Motown. And that will be down in the end zone. Pittsburgh starts from the 25, and here are their starters.
Ben Roethlisberger, Miami University.
Le'Veon Bell, Michigan State.
Antonio Brown, Central Michigan.
Eli Rogers, Louisville.
Juju Smith-Schuster, University of Southern California.
Jesse James, Penn State.
Alejandro Villanueva, United States Military Academy.
Ramon Foster, Tennessee. Marquise Pouncey, Lakeland Senior High.
David DeCastro, Stanford.
Chris Hubbard, UAB.
Good offensive line. Hubbard taking the place of the injured Marcus Gilbert at right tackle. Crowd already roaring. That's Antonio Brown to the right side, setting up wide. Roethlisberger fakes to him and then has an open man. That's Smith-Schuster. And the first play of the night is a big play. He beats Nevin Lawson. They set three receivers to the right side, and down the field they go for a quick 30.
Yeah, when you have Antonio Brown out here, you end up playing the screen instead of the go. The defensive backs of the Lions thought he was coming down to block. He was not. Runs right past him, and the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger explode on the first play.
At the 34-yard line now. Roethlisberger. Inside handoff to Bell. Could be the best back in the league. To the 26-yard line he goes. So Ben Roethlisberger, part of that fabled class of 2004. His numbers this season: 9 TDs, 8 interceptions. Not very good, but 5 of those picks came in that one game against Jacksonville. As they say in horse racing, it's a throwout.
Had 4 tip passes in that game as well, and one blown protection. So I don't think it was taken quite as hard internally as it was on the outside.
2nd and 3. Run a delay here. And speaking of delay, that's how Bell runs. A lot of hesitation. Let's take a look at the Detroit D.
Anthony Zettel, Penn State.
Ashawn Robinson, Roll Tide.
Akeem Spence, Illinois.
Ziggy Ansah, BYU.
Tyre Whitehead, Temple University.
Jared Davis, Florida. Darius Big Play Slay, Mississippi State.
Tavon Wilson, Illinois.
Glover Quinn, New Mexico.
Nevin Lawson, Utah State.
Quandre Diggs, University of Texas.
That defense 19th in the league in yardage allowed, 28th in points allowed. better against the run than the pass. On first down, Ben dumps it, and a dangerous pass that falls incomplete, intended there for Bell as Roethlisberger grimaces. Second down and 10.
One of the keys is going to be this guy right here on the outside. Ziggy Ansah comes into this game with 4 sacks working against Alejandro Villanueva. That ball got away from Big Ben, though, and was lucky it wasn't picked off.
Opening drive of the game, second down and 10. Both teams take a lot of time off the play clock. Down to 2. Bell swings to the outside. That takes the ball to the 14-yard line. You come up a couple of yards short of the first down. We'll call it a third down and 2.
Boy, when you have athletes on the offensive line, makes such a difference. Watch Marquise Pouncey come out here and get this hook block on the outside. Just beautifully done, and Le'Veon Bell set it up perfectly.
Dove over Tavon Wilson for the extra yardage. Third and a deuce at the 16. Now trying to jam the signals. 6th play of the opening drive. Roethlisberger for the end zone, has a man, but he can't make the catch. That's Eli Rogers, who got free, running to the outside. He was alone, couldn't hold on. We'll have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Well, you've got a little bit of substitution going on here. Eli Rogers playing in the slot. Martavis Bryant perhaps would have been in that position. Couldn't hang on to this one. A pretty easy catch. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, their woes in the red zone continue.
Here's Boswell now for the 34-yard field goal. He made 5 last week. And Pittsburgh cashes in for 3 on the opening drive.
Barry Sanders is one of the greatest running backs in football history. When it came to ducking defenders, nobody did it better. He's also a serious dodgeball player.
Here's the spin. Patriots left. Holy mackerel. Barry still got it.
But when it comes to mortgages, he's less confident. Fortunately, there's Rocket Mortgage. It's simple, so he can understand the details and be sure he's getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
In 5 days. Experience the best reviewed Marvel movie of all time. Be the first to see Thor Ragnarok, rated PG-13, Friday.
Everyone knows BMWs are fast. They accelerate, corner, and excite fast. But you probably didn't know they stop fast. Help detect hazards, keep you in your lane, see pedestrians, and avoid collisions. All to help keep you safe, fast. Because the speed that matters most is the speed of safety. Test drive the BMW X5 with a 5-star NHTSA safety rating.
Nothing comes before coffee. It's your morning savior. That's why we're introducing a new line of cafe-quality espresso drinks from McCafe, like the iced caramel macchiato. So now you can face those morning people. Get any small for just $2.
Hey, Josh, will there be more drama between you and Des Bryant this season?
No.
Josh, then why did you just post this image of Des Bryant with sticks of butter for hands? You saying that Des can't catch anymore?
Nah.
Seems like you think you're better than Des Bryant.
Ha! I would never say that, sir.
Oh, Josh, you literally just posted an image that says, I am better than Des Bryant. I'm a tornado of coverage. I've out-sprinted cheetahs. Oh, Des, where are you? You're choking on my dust. You wish you were as cool, as handsome, as fast.
Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. By AT&T. By BMW, we only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. And by Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Do bigger things. Well, we were here that day and night. Jerome Bettis, Steelers won 21-10 to win their 5th of 6 Super Bowls. 3 guys were in the game. Ben Roethlisberger, Joey Porter, now the outside linebacker coach, and James Harrison still rolling along at the age of 39. It was Roethlisberger's second season. They would win the Super Bowl 3 years later, and Bill Cowher got his ring. Kickoff goes through the end zone. Lions have it at the 25. Here are their starters.
Matthew Stafford, University of Georgia.
Amir Abdullah, Nebraska.
Golden Tate, University of Notre Dame. Marvin Jones Jr., Cal.
TJ Jones, Notre Dame.
Eric Ebron, the University of North Carolina.
Brian Mahalik, Boston College. Graham Glasgow, Michigan.
Travis Swanson, Arkansas.
TJ Lang, Eastern Michigan.
Rick Wagner, Wisconsin.
Lang, the longtime Packer, first year here, but the guy really in the crosshairs tonight is Mahalik, the left tackle. Stafford starts by giving the ball to the running back. That's Amir Abdullah, who cannot get out of the backfield. So it'll be second down and long. Matthew Stafford, for the moment, the highest paid player in the league. 12 touchdowns, 4 picks. Those numbers are pretty good. The rating is okay. But boy, he has been on the ground a lot in the last couple of weeks against Carolina and in New Orleans.
If they keep running like that, he's going to be on the ground a lot tonight.
But they would love to get a running game going, and Stafford here is under pressure, but he's going to sling it deep downfield, and that's going to be caught at the 35-yard line by Marvin Jones. So Stafford, big time pressure, gets flushed out, runs the other way, says let's huddle up, and that's good for 44 yards.
Well, let's start with the fact the protection was there, and Stafford able to scramble outside, and then it was Marvin Jones who came over from the Cincinnati Bengals because he wanted a chance to be the #1 guy somewhere. Wasn't going to be that in Cincinnati with A.J. Green. Comes up with a huge opening play.
Beat Artie Burns on the play, had contact downfield. Burns was able to close, but Jones hauled it in. So each team with a big pass play on its first drive. Stafford hangs in the pocket and throws, and that'll be caught at the 32 by Golden Tate, and the ball comes out. And it was down by contact on the ground. Ryan Shazier, who knows how to force fumbles.
Progress to stop. Second down.
Almost had one there. Forward progress is stopped. Gain of 4, second down and 6.
Well, the third string left tackle is this guy right here, Brian Mahalik, and they are going to do everything in their power tonight to give him a little help. On that one, you see coming out with the left guard, Graham Glasgow. We'll figure out all the different ways they're going to support him. Former Pittsburgh Steelers, so they know all about Mahalik.
Yeah, he's bounced around in their camp, in Detroit's camp. Good protection this time. Stafford has a lot of time and is able to check it off to T.J. Jones, very close to the first down marker. See where they put it down. Line judge coming out to help spot it. And they'll spot it inside the 26, and that will be a first down.
Really nice job that time by T.J. Jones. He must have come back about 10 yards on that route to make himself available to the quarterback. They're going to have some of these other guys tonight step up and make plays. Marvin Jones, Golden Tate coming off a shoulder injury, and he looked a little tentative on that first one when he lost the football.
This time 3 tight ends. They line up with 3 tight formation. To the 21-yard line goes Abdullah. Let's take a look at the Steeler D.
Cam Hayward, the Ohio State.
Tyson Alualu, Cal. Bud Dupree, Kentucky.
Ryan Shazier, the Ohio State University.
Vincenzo Williams, FSU.
TJ Watt, Wisconsin.
Joe Hayden, Florida.
Sean Davis, Maryland.
Mike Mitchell, Ohio University.
Artie Burns, the U. Mike Hilton, Ole Miss.
So that was Dwayne Washington, who picked up 4 yards on the last play to the 22. Second and 6. Stafford in the gun. Fakes the inside handoff, and the throw is a little low, and it is incomplete. Trying to hit Eric Ebron, the much maligned. We say maligned anytime you hear boos every time a ball is thrown his way and he drops it. You know he's much maligned. 3rd and 6.
Well, this has been a bit of a problem. Eric Ebron's not an easy catch by any means, but this crowd is ready to see first-round production out of him, and there are trade rumors floating around about him as we get closer to that deadline.
Among other things, became a new daddy this week. 3rd down and 6. And Stafford fires. That will be stopped because of a whistle and a false start. So there was no play right there. And it's going to take it back to a 3rd and 11. John Hussey.
Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, there's your left tackle, Mahalik.
Yeah, and I think Mahalik saw the slot blitz coming over here and just gave it a little flinch coming backwards. Good call by the officials. Pittsburgh will keep pressure on you. It is so difficult to figure out of the 8 guys mulling around the line of scrimmage, which 4 or 5 of those will be rushing your quarterback.
Keith Butler, the defensive coordinator, of course, Dick LeBeau was there for so long, and now you've got Bud Dupree, who comes across the line. Of course, the Steelers would like to see a false start. This looks like well, it's going to be a false start.
Offense, number 64. The center snapped the ball, snap infraction, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
The center is Travis Swanson.
Let's see, look at the football right there and see if he rocks it just a little bit. He kind of leans back, and justifiably, Bud Dupree was going after the quarterback. Now,
what did you think of that call?
Everybody can't rock these days. Not even in Detroit.
3rd and 16. Inside handoff here. And that's Dwayne Washington. And he'll take the ball to the 31-yard line. Now they've got one of the top place kickers in all of football. And so they will bring in one Matt Prater, who's already kicked this season 4 field goals of 55 yards or more. His 2 misses were both from very long distances. For him, this is next to nothing. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Prater tries to tie the game, and does. So 7:50 remaining in the opening quarter at Ford Field. 3-3 on Sunday Night Football.
Breaking down the walls in my own mind, keeping my faith for the bad times. Get up, stand like a champion. Take it to the world, gonna sing it like an anthem.
Hurry in now to your local BMW center and take advantage of exceptional offers.
Verizon and Google have teamed up on the Pixel 2. It's like Verizon is the oil and Google is the balsamic.
It's more like the Google Pixel 2 is the unlimited storage.
Verizon is the best unlimited plan.
I like oil and balsamic.
Get the Pixel 2 for up to $300 off on Google's exclusive wireless partner, Verizon.
Never-ending Pasta Bowl is back at Olive Garden, starting at $9.99. Come in for over 100 combinations of pastas, sauces, and toppings. With everyone's favorite chicken Alfredo, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks, only for a limited time at Olive Garden.
Player, for any coach, for any team, the art of collaboration builds champions.
Mr. Weisbach?
You wish to know how to protect your Sterling credit score.
My credit's off to a good start, but I worry my information was hacked, which kind of freaks me out.
Well, unfreak yourself out and download the free CreditWise app from Capital One. CreditWise gives you a credit score and alerts you to changes.
Even if I'm not a Capital One customer?
No! Yeah, it's free for everyone.
Thank you.
Gravity is a fickle mistress. What's in your wallet?
Tuesday, a look back at a This Is Us Halloween and the beginning of a family.
No, this isn't supposed to happen until tomorrow.
Get ready for an extraordinary welcome into the world. Emmy-winning This Is Us, new Tuesday on NBC.
So who's going to see Jimmy Fallon this week? Well, Lindsey Vonn, the great Olympic skier, will be there. The kids from Stranger Things, and from NBC's Great News, Andrea Martin, among others. Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon this week right here on NBC. 45-degree night outside in Detroit. Nice and cozy under the roof at Ford Field. 3-3 is the score. And Martin's kickoff down by Smith-Schuster in the end zone. So there is Martavis Bryant, who's been in and out of the news, and Bryant is inactive tonight. Mike Tomlin told him earlier in the week he was going to sit him down for this game. Sent out a tweet saying that the Juju Smith-Schuster nowhere near better than me, you fool. All I need to do is give me what I want. Y'all can have Juju. And then he deleted that. You know, good luck deleting anything, right? It stays there forever. And that's what he said about, you know, hey, he's the future. Sort of apologized about it, but still, Tomlin said he's going to sit down for a game, probably bring him back next week. In the meantime, you saw Eli Rogers, who was playing in his position, drop it would have been a touchdown pass as Roethlisberger fires this one, and it's caught up at the 43-yard line, and that is Juju Smith-Schuster, who will not be 21 years old until next month. That's a gain of 18.
Yeah, you don't want to give this guy too many opportunities while you're sitting on the bench for disciplinary reasons. He is an extremely tough wide receiver, and as pretty as that catch was, a big reason why Juju Smith-Schuster is getting all these opportunities, he blocks like a maniac. He throws his body around, and of course, when you have Le'Veon Bell back there, that creates some big play opportunities.
Three receivers again set to the right side. Little toss to Bell. Escapes a tackle. Tries to get around the corner. Turns what would have been no gain into a minimal one. Got away from Whitehead on the play. Gain of 3. Well, Bryant had asked to be traded because he wasn't getting the ball enough. But take a look at that. This season, of course, Brown targeted the most. He's phenomenal. Bell out of the backfield, a tremendous receiver. And then there's Bryant, 36 targets, caught 18. Smith-Schuster only 29 targets, but a guy who was suspended all of last year and missed most of the year before that, just frustrated. 2nd and 7 from the 46-yard line. As that goes out to the tight end, it's Jesse James, and he barrels his way for a first down into Detroit territory.
You know, just to button that up a little bit, Mike Tomlin was telling us that, hey, listen, I used to play wide receiver. I'm as dysfunctional as any of those guys. So he understands frustration about not getting the ball. And he's fine with that. He doesn't care. What he did care about was you can't let somebody on social media bait you into something that hurts his football team. And that's the reason he's sitting down.
Yeah, good luck going back and forth on that. From the 44-yard line, first down. Under 6 minutes to play in the opening quarter. 4-man rush over the middle, and that is going to be picked off at the 18-yard line by Glover Quinn. Intended for Brown, and Glover Quinn, one of the best in the league. They call him a coach on the field. Has had a great career in his 9th year out of New Mexico with the interception. Lions get the ball back. 5:42 to go in the first. 3-3.
It's the holiday home stretch, the festive finale, and this family's getting pumped for these last gifts. Yup, total family freak out. That's what the right tech will do. Other things it does: multiplayer magic, awesome sauce, and hands-free housework. This holiday hookup is all thanks to this in-home advisor and one-of-a-kind selection only at Best Buy. Open this last.
Bridgestone Drive Guard tires are engineered to come through in the clutch. Let's go. And NFL coach John Gruden is going to help us prove it.
I got this. Okay, tires. If you take a hit, you got to get back up.
John.
You better kick it up a notch and get us home. There's always going to be nails on the road to victory, but you keep on going.
Actually, Drive Guard tires can take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles to safety.
50 miles?
Yep.
Guess my pep talk worked.
Sure.
Everyone knows BMWs are fast. They accelerate, corner, and excite fast. But you probably didn't know they stop fast. Help detect hazards, keep you in your lane, see pedestrians, and avoid collisions. All to help keep you safe, fast. Because the speed that matters most is the speed of safety. Test drive the BMW X5 with a 5-star NHTSA safety rating.
Well, like most of you, I just bought a house.
Oh, very nice.
Now I'm turning into my dad.
I text in full sentences.
I refer to every child as chief.
This hat was free. What am I supposed to do, not wear it?
Next thing you know, I'm telling strangers defense wins championships.
Well, it does.
Why is the door open? Are we trying to air condition the whole neighborhood?
At least I bundled home and auto on an internet website, Progressive.com.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto.
I mean, why would I replace this? It's not broken.
Tomorrow, a moment of temptation could lead to a trap.
You could have picked any girl. Instead, you picked the Russian spy donor.
Will helping her
feels like a setup.
Put the team in jeopardy.
You're at risk.
The Brave, all new tomorrow after The Voice on NBC.
Ben Roethlisberger sailing one over Brown, and 3 interceptions now for Quinn this season. Detroit already has more takeaways, 15 this season in 6+ games than they had all of last year when they had 14 in the 16 games. Here is Abdullah, who lost 4 yards on his first carry and picks up maybe 1 here. And we go back to the interception.
Glover Quinn, clearly one of the best players in football. Here he is on the back end, and you'll see Ben Roethlisberger just stare down Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown even snuck a peek. He knew Glover Quinn was not getting moved, and he took a look and he said, well, football or my head here, because that was going to either be one monster collision or an interception.
2nd down and 8, keep it on the ground. Abdullah tries to get free but can't. Only to the 21-yard line. The Lions, I mean, it's not just this year. It's been for years with Stafford. Roethlisberger's had a ton of guys behind him gaining 100 or more yards on the ground about a third of the time. And Matthew Stafford in his career has had 7 games in which a guy's gained 100 yards for him on the ground.
Yeah, they just aren't good running the football, and Amir Abdullah's been in and out of the game. We've been seeing a lot of Dwayne Washington so far in this one.
He's in there right now. And Stafford hanging in, but not for long. Down he goes. Secondary did its job, and he gets swallowed up here. That's Cameron Hayward getting in there, number 97.
There's Golden Tate right there. That's the number 1 option. Didn't feel good about that one with Sean Davis leaning over the top. Marvin Jones on the other side. Mike Mitchell had that one covered. And so you give enough time to a guy like Cameron Hayward, who's now come up with his 5th sack, and Mike Tomlin digs that.
24 sacks of Stafford this season. Fair catch is called for at the 45 by Antonio Brown. 3:52 to go in the quarter. 3-3 in Detroit.
The amazing new iPhone 8 is at AT&T, and we know you'll love it.
Because we know you want more.
More great camera features and more power.
And more than just unlimited data, we give you unlimited plans with HBO included for life.
Because you deserve more entertainment.
And more spokespeople. Talking like this, saying the word more.
AT&T.
It's time for more. Am I too close? I feel like I'm too close.
Get the iPhone 8, and with all AT&T unlimited plans, get HBO for life, only from AT&T.
Breaking down the walls in my own mind, keeping my faith for the bad times. Get up, stand like a champion. Take it to the world, gonna sing it like an anthem. I'm so alive, I'm so alive, I'm so alive. You can make it on a wish if you want to.
Hurry in now to your local BMW center and take advantage of exceptional offers.
Wednesday on The Blacklist. Can Red stop a good cop from becoming a vigilante?
I'll do whatever it takes to find that man.
Then on SVU.
We're a treatment facility for troubled girls. This isn't a prison.
When is the cure worse than the disease?
Do not send your kids here!
And on Chicago PD, a search for a cop killer.
We will take him down for this.
Could put them all in the crosshairs. An all-new Wednesday on NBC.
Two guys who know each other very well, have a great respect for one another, served on the same coaching staff many years ago with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's Tony Dungy in the white shirt there, the head coach, and he went out and he hired Jim Caldwell, who'd been the head coach at Wake Forest for 8 seasons, and Mike Tomlin as 2 assistant coaches, and signed them, and they had the press conference on the same day. How'd that work out?
Not bad.
Pittsburgh from the 45-yard line. And this is Le'Veon Bell. You know, you talk about our great friend Tony Dungy, and boy, what a coaching tree he's developed, and he's able to spot these young guys. I mean, Mike Tomlin's in his 11th year, he's only 45 years old, and Jim Caldwell, who succeeded Tony at Indianapolis, has been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was so great to hear Mike Tomlin talking about Jim Caldwell. He said, he coached me in everything. He coached me in coaching. He coached me in how to be a parent and how to be a better husband. He goes, I just kept looking at him and going, I can't believe I'm in the same press conference with this guy. He was the head coach at Wake Forest. You know, he was all excited just being in the same room.
2nd down and 6. And nothing happening here. Le'Veon Bell runs into a wall. Speaking of the Dungy tree, former assistants became head coaches. Talked about Tomlin. Rod Marinelli coached here in Detroit. Herm Edwards, another of Tony's guys. Caldwell. Leslie Frazier was the head coach at Minnesota. Lovie Smith went to a Super Bowl with Chicago and now is the head coach at the University of Illinois. So 3rd down and 6 now from the 49-yard line. 2.5 to go in the first quarter. 4-man rush. Ben gets contacted, then throws deep downfield, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Smith-Schuster. Zettel came in and got a hand on Roethlisberger before he released, and in comes the punt group.
Yeah, one of the things you're going to see here, a bit of a stunt. Their 2 best pass rushers here, Anthony Zettel working a little game inside with Ziggy Ansah and got it off. And now one of the weird things about Ben Roethlisberger lately, remember how many big plays he used to make after contact? Those numbers have basically disappeared here lately.
He had that otherworldly year in 2014, but not since. You've got Jordan Berry. Jamal Agnew's going to run it back if he gets an opportunity. He's already run 2 punts back for touchdowns this season. But this time he will make a fair catch at the 10-yard line. Go back to 2014. Matthew Stafford, 4th most dropbacks, 2nd most sacks since 2014. One tonight. Talk about that running game. So 7 times in his entire career he's had a teammate run for 100 yards. Of course, you know, on the other side of the coin, Ben had Willie Parker, he had Jerome Bettis. Now he's got Le'Veon Bell. Excess of riches. Start from the 10. Give it to Abdullah, swinging to the outside, looking for some room. And his best run of the night is a 9-yard pickup. Stopped by T.J. Watt. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, just the outside zone, which is what they do best here. And Abdullah is a guy that, I really think has a chance to be a really nice running back. A lot of big plays. He breaks a lot of tackles. If I had one complaint about him, it would be sometimes on those inside runs, he tends to want to bounce it outside too much. I think you really help that offensive line a little bit by really attacking inside.
They're graphing about the 58 games in a row, but maybe that streak will come to an end tonight. Abdullah that time picks up a 1st down.
You want to see why he breaks a lot of tackles? He broke an ankle on this one. Look at this move. Holy smokes, that's a swing and a miss right there. Barry Sanders in the building. He'd be proud of that one. Wow, Joe Hayden. So he didn't do that. back when I was tackling people in Cleveland.
Right. He never ran at him. From the 25-yard line, first down. Play fake. Protection's good, and the pass is there, but incomplete. Trying to get it to one of the tight ends. It's Michael Roberts, who'd be the number 3 tight end. Second down.
All right, one of the things you have to be able to do if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker is drop back in coverage. There's T.J. Watt going up and almost making a play, but once again on a perfectly thrown ball by Matthew Stafford, a tight end unable to come up with it.
Stafford has started 3 for 5 for 53 yards. Had the long 43-yarder to Jones on the first drive. Swings this one out to Dwayne Washington. And he takes it to the 29-yard line, about 6 yards shy of the first down as we tick down to the end of the first quarter.
That was really good hustle. One of the things when a defense really starts to get it going, you see their defensive linemen hustling back. Tyson Alou on that one, filling in for Stephon Tuitt. Had a really nice play.
3rd and 6.
Well, they saw the blitz, and now Ryan Shazier is going to get them out of it. They had a slot blitz coming this way. There's some confusion. Snap the ball. Take advantage of it.
And the 2 Steelers with their hand on the ground, and Stafford throws downfield and a little too deep. Ebron was bracketed front and back that time, and it's 4th down.
That was so interesting. Matthew Stafford saw the blitz coming to his right. He makes an audible. Shazier audible, as you see him pointing to the right. So they flip to the other side, and then they bring the slot blitz from that way, but still had an opportunity and just couldn't complete the pass.
Martin kicking. Brown is back, but he won't have an opportunity. That one will bounce at about the 14-yard line and be down at that spot, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. 3-3 is the score, and Sunday Night Football from Detroit resumes after these messages.
After 5 billion tests from real wireless customers on every major network, one network has swept the competition at the Open Signal Awards. It's just not who you'd expect.
Read 'em and sweep. Independent third-party Open Signal ranks T-Mobile's network #1 in LTE availability, download speed, and every other category. That's another reason why T-Mobile is America's best unlimited network.
Wendy's new chicken tenders are perfectly crispy and tender. And with a new side of Sawsome sauce, they're even better. So now the question is, to dip or not to dip? For a limited time, try the new chicken tenders with fries and a drink for just $5. Only at Wendy's.
Alexa, play my road trip playlist. Alexa, order duct tape.
Alexa, play MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM.
Drive to the left center field, it's back, it's way back. Alexa, play PGA Tour Radio on Sirius XM.
Beautiful second shot. Get someone on about 5 feet.
This could be the real deal. This could be the real deal.
So I got one question for you. Do you believe in you? Because I do. I believe in you so much, I've already booked the tickets all the way to the championship game. Because we're not flying home today.
When your plans change, our fees don't. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
We at war with terrorism, racism, but most of all, we at war with ourselves.
That is your matchup. Thursday Night Football coming up this week. The Buffalo Bills, who routed Oakland today, kept taking the ball away, and they are 5-2. They go to the Meadowlands to take on the 3-5 Jets a little before 8:30 on Thursday Night Football. Steelers begin this drive from their 16-yard line. Ben surveying, dumps it off underneath, and a good tackle is made there on Le'Veon Bell, who escapes a lot of tackles, but not that time. Jalen Reeves-Maybin makes the stop.
Yeah, one of the guys on this Steelers offense I think is worth a mention. David DeCastro, for my money, is probably the best run blocking guard in football. Watch David DeCastro here on this play. Bang on the nose tackle and then cut the linebacker, knocks down 2 guys on one play. That happened early in the first quarter, but you see that time after time. Tremendous athlete playing inside.
Steelers put Nix in the game at fullback. First time they've used the fullback tonight. He tries to lead the way, but Detroit's defense swarming that time. Bell can go nowhere, and it'll be 3rd down and 9.
Boy, this is something. Watch these 2 linebackers right here go right around these blocks. That's Jalen Reeves-Maybin, and that's Jared Davis, the young rookie out of Florida. So far, we have seen misses by Roosevelt Nix, the fullback, where ordinarily he lines people up and knocks them out.
3rd and 9 from the 17. They sent 4. Ben gets away for the moment, and then that's Smith-Schuster, and he cannot get away. So that Lion defense has done a nice job. Brown hasn't caught a pass tonight. Bell's been limited to 24 yards, and Ben 73 yards on 5 completions.
Yeah, Terrell Austin, their defensive coordinator, is one sharp guy, isn't he? He really just played that perfectly, zoned underneath, and now you get to see, without question, so far this year, the most exciting punt returner in the National Football League.
2 TD returns. Jamal Agnew, a rookie picked in the 5th round out of San Diego. Angled kick near the sideline from the 31-yard line. Give everybody a little bit of a thrill. Taken down by Mike Hilton after an 11-yard run back.
It's in the heartbeat, it's in the real thing. You can't make it up. It's in your soul deep. It's in the stars, the stripes, this dirt on my feet. The wind of my
Not everyone can be an all-pro like Jason Witten, but anyone could save money with Geico.
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Plans now start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got 2 friends here.
Yes.
This is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Now, I want you to give it to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh!
Wow.
It's just not fair. Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't?
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier, because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
That's amazing.
Chevy's a name you can trust.
Yo, CP, what up?
Yo, I'm open over here. Give me the ball.
Nah, man. You got the safety over the top.
Nah, I had him beat.
Chris, do I need to remind you? I'm Tom Brady. I know when someone's open.
So why don't you remind me with the ball? Throw it right at my head.
You can't keep calling every play.
Man, I'll call you whenever I feel like.
Now you can join up and play as a team online. Madden NFL 18, rated E for everyone.
Get the ultimate experience on Xbox One.
Back in Detroit, Michelle Tafoya and Alan Chris were talking about David DeCastro. He's just one of 2 new dads who welcomed their first babies this week. What a week for DeCastro and his wife, Bonnie, who welcomed Brooke Lou on Wednesday. David says having his first child is surreal. And then there's the Lions' Eric Ebron and his fiancee Brittany. They welcomed their son, Oliver Dash, who arrived during the bye week, and Ebron is over the moon and thrilled that Oliver has his nose, which Eric got from his own dad, Al.
Beautiful. Very cool, and our congratulations to the families, DeCastro and Ebron. Great week for those guys. 42-yard line is where Detroit begins its fourth drive, and they're going to start from the pistol formation this time. And the ball is swung out here to Tate, who's very elusive. Avoids a couple of would-be tackles near the line of scrimmage and turns it into a 6-yard gain.
It's just absolutely the favorite play here of Golden Tate. Why? Because he is the most elusive of wide receivers on that quick screen play. They just throw the football out there and basically let him do the rest. He is an amazing athlete. It is almost impossible. 30 missed tackles since 2014 on those screen passes. He can't be put on the ground.
And no drops. And that's nicely set up. And Abdullah will take the ball to the Steeler 43-yard line.
You are seeing this play all around the National Football League. It is really effective here. They fake the reverse, which buys a little bit of time for the screen pass to get set up. You'll see the reverse come around. It makes everybody take a step to the right, which allows Abdullah to get out to the other side. And we are seeing that almost once or twice a game now in almost every game I watch.
Ball at the 43-yard line. You can't keep anything secret, right? Look out, and Stafford just flings it away, and the ball is incomplete. It's L.T. Walton who came in, ruled an incomplete pass as Stafford just barely got it off.
Yeah, you just don't expect this. You're going to end up going down, and you think this guy is going to go with him. Instead, L.T. Walton comes out and hits your quarterback. Usually that defensive end will follow down, and I think it really just stunned Stafford when he came around, slung it sidearm. Yes, incomplete. You can throw it underhand, you can throw it overhand, doesn't matter. That is incomplete.
Just get rid of it. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Game time 3-3 early in the second quarter. Play clock is at 1. Stafford deep downfield, open, making the catch. Marvin Jones, his second big grab of the night, setting him up deep in Pittsburgh territory.
Oh, no.
33.
Exactly what happens to Joe Hayden here. He gets influenced inside, a little sluggo route, a slant and go, and he was looking for an interception and got burned badly on that one. Boy, Marvin Jones off to a great start. He made some touchdown catch in his last outing against the Saints as well. He may be getting hot.
Goes to the ball at the 10, thus it's a 1st and goal. Jones 2 catches for 76 yards. On the ground, Abdullah. Flag is down. Been a relatively penalty-free game. We'll hear from John Hussey in a moment.
Holding. Offense. Number 64. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
It's the 2nd penalty tonight on Swanson.
Yeah, even inside sometimes, if you grab a jersey, they're going to see it, and I think that's exactly what happened here. Coming across, you're not going to be able to see it from that angle, but from the other angle, you could tell, yeah, just grab the 6. You can't grab the 6.
Gotcha, stiffed it.
or any of the numerals.
No, it's, you know.
First, Theo Riddick is in the backfield. And he takes the swing pass. Bounced off one man, but not another. Got away for the moment from Sean Davis. But minimal gain. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, that's the Theo Riddick game right there. A guy actually has more catches as a running back than he has carries in his career. A bizarre stat, though. He's only had 1 catch that took place more than 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and that was an 11-yard touchdown. So everything are those swing passes and those quick little in and outs.
Ball underneath. Jim Bakuder is the offensive coordinator. You saw him. Riddick in the backfield here on a 2nd down and goal from the 19-yard line. Stafford for the end zone, and too high and incomplete. Looking around for a flag. There is none. That is Joe Hayden covering Jones. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 19.
Yeah, that time a little more respect out of Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden's eyes looking right back at the quarterback Stafford. He's going to have the outside technique. Really had this one all the way. And I've got to say, I don't think I've ever heard Mike Tomlin quite as happy about anything as the fact that Joe Hayden was cut by the Cleveland Browns and he wanted to come to Pittsburgh.
Oh, that was Christmas in August.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Boy, I'll say. 3rd and goal. Stafford throws a wobbly duck, and it is caught, but it is caught out of bounds by T.J. Jones. Pass wobbling all the way. Jones couldn't stay in, and it's 4th and goal, and in comes the field goal unit.
Yeah, here we go. I tell you, a really good performance so far, though, by Brian Mahalik. That is not easy out there against Cameron Hayward one-on-one, so let's give him a little credit. And I think Matthew Stafford is probably gaining a little confidence in his protection as we speak.
Prater now a 37-yard attempt. Earlier from 48, and that one is right down the middle. 9:11 to go in the opening half in Detroit, where the Lions lead the Steelers 6-3 on Sunday Night Football.
Chevy is the most awarded car company 3 years in a row.
Really?
Let's see how quickly you can read through all their awards.
Kelley Blue Book 2016 Best Resale Value.
U.S. News Best Car for the Money. 10 Best blah, blah, blah.
2015.
Only about 90 more to go.
Oh, gosh.
That's a lot of awards.
Great, now I'm going to have to go buy a new car.
Get 20% below MSRP on most 2017 Malibu, Cruise, and Trax models. That's over $7,000 on this Chevy Malibu. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Me and the guys walk into this place. Now, you would have thought from the name of it, it's going to be packed with sailors. So I immediately picked out the biggest guy in there, and I walked straight up to him. Now, he looks me square in the eye, and I swear he says, "Welcome to Navy Federal Credit Union." Whoa, friendly alert. I got a great auto rate out of that guy. You know, now I have a wonderful hybrid, slate blue, cream interior. He was so nice.
Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Des, things are heating up between you and Josh Norman again. What do you have to say about that?
I'm gonna take the high road here. No comment.
But you just posted this drawing of Josh Norman riding a buck-tooth snail. Are you saying he's slow?
I would never say that.
Des, what about this drawing you just posted of Josh as a little tiny blanket? Are you saying he can't cover you?
Your words, not mine.
Really? Because it's literally signed by Des Bryant.
Let's go, right here.
Be awesome to have this guy around all the time.
Our third quarter project. What's that?
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
10:26 to go in the 4th. 2nd down and 10 at the New England 22.
Yes!
There is downtown Detroit as tonight's aerial coverage is being brought to you by Geico. Well, you've got the Tigers playing down here and the Lions, and there is Martha Firestone Ford, the owner and chairman, 92 years old, sharp as a tack. Had a great visit with her on the field before the game. Family's owned the team for about a half-century.
It's fun to have some ladies involved with the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
First class.
No, she got involved very strongly a couple of years ago, you might recall. The NASCAR playoffs continue next Sunday from Texas. Just 3 races remaining until the championship is decided. Sunday, 2 Eastern on NBCSN. There's the home of the Tigers, Comerica Park, next door, Ford Field. And the Red Wings and the Pistons this year moved into their new arena downtown. So every team within walking distance.
They've really done a terrific job with this entire area. People very excited about everything going on in Detroit.
Right now, pretty excited about their team because they lead 6-3 in the second quarter. As Roethlisberger begins this drive with a pass over the middle, and that's the first grab of the night for one Antonio Brown, who leads the league receptions, and every year he's going to be up among them. He's going to be well into triple figures. The yardage is spectacular. I mean, what a find this guy was when Mike Tomlin found him out of Central Michigan. 5 Pro Bowls.
Over 100 catches and 1,200 yards the last 4 years. That's you almost can't even imagine that. Just staying healthy, having those numbers is amazing.
2nd and 1. Now you got Bell on the ground. Get Bell and Brown. What a combo. So you go back to Central Michigan. There's J.J. Watt, who's the youngest of the 3 Watt brothers, was at Central Michigan, and there was Antonio, who was there, and then J.J. wound up going, as his brother did, to Wisconsin.
And J.J. was a tight end at the time. I think made a good decision to move over to the defensive side of the ball.
From the 42, got James Conner in the backfield for the first time. Rookie out of Pittsburgh. They give it to him. Man who survived. Great story in Pittsburgh. Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was at Pitt. Was training at the Pittsburgh facility. Got the medical attention nearby as well. People wondered about, would he survive? And here he is, not only surviving, but playing in the National Football League.
Yeah, and they're trying to take a few carries off of Le'Veon Bell, but when you have the best back in the league as a receiver and a runner, it's hard to take him out of the game, but they clearly want to slow down the pace a bit.
2nd and 9. And there's Bell. A little bit of that hesitation you see there. Very unique style of running. Takes it to the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, he dropped a lot of weight to change his diet. Went from 244 to 215. Doesn't eat red meat anymore. Vegetables and water, as compared with my partner up here. Only red meat, never vegetables and water, if only mixed with the proper beverage.
Had a little chat with him yesterday. He said, just find a vegetable you like. Can't.
It's been a while. You've been trying.
Right. 3rd down and 5 from the 47-yard line. Crowd roaring. Ben, a little short on pass, and that is caught. And that will be Justin Hunter making the grab. Tackled by Lawson, and they convert.
Well, Justin Hunter is just going to be one-on-one coming all the way across your screen right here. Evan Lawson on the coverage and just couldn't keep up. Got some pressure on Ben, but didn't get there soon enough.
Roethlisberger 7 for his first 11 for 89 yards. Under 6 minutes to play in the opening half. Deep drop. Deep pass, deep downfield, and it's incomplete. Might not have been catchable anyway. Antonio Brown covered by Darius Slay, and that's a primetime matchup.
Oh, it really is. Darius Slay, just a fantastic cornerback. And watch all the arm pushing that you see out of Antonio Brown. Now, there was clearly fighting going back and forth, and I think the official just looked at it and said, I'm going to call that fight a draw. Didn't hurt that the ball landed out of bounds either.
Correct. Second and 10.
Slay back on Antonio Brown again. He is now following him around the field.
Toss it to Bell, who comes back the other way. Interesting design on that play, but it's not productive. The 3rd down and 9. Started right, go left on a little shovel. 3rd down.
Yeah, that's when you get a team that's all amped up, and Todd Haley decided he was going to try and take advantage and get them to over pursue, but the Lions defensively have been on point tonight with this running game. This has been impressive so far.
Third and 9. Roethlisberger stepping away from pressure. Deep downfield, and that's going to be caught on an adjustment by Brown at the 5-yard line. He got the inside position on Killebrew, the safety, and is able to haul it in to set up a first down and goal.
Well, it all starts right here. Le'Veon Bell is going to pick up the blitzing linebacker. If he doesn't do that, Ben doesn't do this. And basically, this is just saying, my guy is a better athlete than your guy. He saw Miles Killebrew, who's the 3rd safety in the game, and he just threw a jump ball. That's it. That's the kind of trust, and that's the kind of playmaking ability that Antonio Brown has.
40-yard gain. First down and goal from the 5. Keep it on the ground. That hesitation pays off with a touchdown. Le'Veon Bell just picking and threading his way and waiting to see what the blocking provides. And now do a little recline and a little bench pressing off the back of Smith-Schuster.
Well, this is what the patience of Le'Veon Bell will do for you. You'll see the tight end Jesse James come over and hesitate, and Le'Veon Bell happy to hesitate right behind him. James finally got going, and Le'Veon got going, and that's really what he does. There's just no other back in football that plays like he does, and it's why it's so unique when you have to play against him.
First touchdown of the game. Boswell's extra point is good. 4:10 remaining in the opening half as Pittsburgh takes the lead, 10-6.
Every time you call on me, I drop what I do. You are my best friend, and we've got some things to do.
Benny has had a rough life. When his grandmother died, he inherited her incontinence. One of his moles tried to have him removed. Santa only watches him when he's sleeping. But Benny feels like a champion because he's eating tasty, protein-powered, wonderful pistachios.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have any pro players taking sips in slow motion. Because the only thing that will make you believe is trying it yourself.
Every one of us starts out as a wide-eyed recruit, myself included. If I could go back, I'd tell that kid, get ready. You're going to serve alongside some amazing people. They're going to become like family to you. And together, you'll see and do things that will help change the world, that'll change you. One day, you're going to look up and be a better you, and this nation will be better for it too. I'm General Dave Goldfein. Come join us. Your nation is waiting.
Thursday, the Will and Grace Fall Finale.
Mrs. Walker, can I speak to you for a moment?
A must-see event everyone will be talking about.
Of all the times to come on to me, you...
The Will and Grace Fall Finale, Thursday on NBC.
Breeders' Cup weekend coming your way Friday and Saturday, where the turf meets the surf at Old Del Mar, just north of San Diego. Primetime action Saturday, the Breeders' Cup Classic at 8 Eastern. Coverage starts Friday, 5 Eastern on NBCSN. Great event. Breeders' Cup this weekend here on NBC and NBCSN. Touchback here. Take it from the 25. And a couple of guys who grew up together at Highland Park High School in Dallas, Matthew Stafford and Clayton Kershaw, both in action tonight. Kershaw pitching for the Dodgers against Houston at a $35.6 million salary. He's the highest paid player in Major League Baseball. And here is Stafford, first overall pick in the draft 9 years ago. His salary about $27 million a year. These guys should start a bank.
He said that is the last thing that either one of them would ever talk about, too, when they get together.
Well, the biggest salary in football is always a movable fee. Stafford throws, and that'll be caught down the sideline by T.J. Jones for a nice gain. So T.J. deep downfield. It's a gain of 25 yards. First down.
What a play by T.J. Jones. Little out and up. And this safety is going to be on the move. And you know, as a receiver, you're going to take one right in the chops. And T.J. Jones, beautiful catch. Very brave hanging on to that one. He's off to a hot start today, too.
2 catches for him, 31 yards. And this will be Agnew. And this is the guy, the rookie, who's run back 2 punts for touchdowns. So they put him in to run the ball, and he picks up 12 yards and a first down.
This is the old Tom Brady play we saw. Remember this one from last week? A little bit of the Globetrotters. Just touch it with your hand. Here he comes. There we go. And that counts as a completion. That's a pretty good way to play quarterback. Not bad, just find a way. And on the outside, a guy not really known for blocking, Eric Ebron. Got it done there.
Now the pistol, they bring Abdullah back into the game. 3 minutes to the half. And Abdullah looking for room to the outside. Repositions the ball, and it's taken down out of bounds by Artie Burns. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
Boy, it's just so hard to know where Amir Abdullah is going to go. He started on that inside zone play, and you're thinking it's going to cut back the other way. The Steelers play it perfectly, and he bounces the opposite direction and comes up with a nice run on first down.
Two and a half left in the half. And that's incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Jones. Hargrave put the heat on. So that Pittsburgh defense not only has gotten better, but a lot younger. Yards per game 2nd, pass yards number 1, and points per game 3rd. So Dick LeBeau was there for a long time, and then Keith Butler took over. It was a little dicey for a little while, but all of a sudden he got it together. And right now those numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, playing a little bit more zone. I think fewer defenses being played. Want to get it right.
3rd and 5, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Golden Tate. Mike Hilton covering on the play, and Prater will come in to try to make it a 10-9 game.
I'm going to tell you, this Mike Hilton has really made a difference. Joe Hayden and Artie Burns, their 2 cornerbacks, have really gotten all the credit, and they should. But if you don't have somebody that can play slot cornerback on your team, you're going to have issues. And this Mike Hilton now, sort of a special team star, has continued to shine playing that slot cornerback slot.
51-yard attempt. He has the highest percentage from 50+ of all time. And he can add a couple of hundreds to that percentage, as that's good. 10-9, back in 30.
So there you were, owning the landscape. The freedom of knowing that you were out in front. But what didn't occur to you is that while you were basking in old glories, we were forging a new path.
That's Art Rooney, the owner of the team, Major Domo. Tom Tull in front of him, one of the owners of the Steelers as well. Of course, it was Dan Rooney, the iconic figure, Hall of Famer, who passed away earlier in 2017. Of course, Art Rooney the first was the founder of the franchise way back, in one of the most iconic franchise in the history of sports. 6 Super Bowl titles and 8 total appearances in the Super Bowl. With the touchback here, we can tell you that Sunday Night Football is being brought to you by Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs. By Bose, official sound of the NFL. By Bud Light, brewed to be enjoyed responsibly. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Happy Halloween from the 4-story Urbis haunted house in Pontiac, Michigan. Not sure I pronounced that correctly, but you get my drift.
That guy probably lives there.
Right. Happy Halloween. Tuesday.
Can't wait. Actually home for Halloween. I love Halloween.
Well, no treat here for Le'Veon Bell. Gets stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 12. It's Diggs who makes the stop, and it's the 2-minute warning in a 1-point game at Ford Field in Detroit.
Celebrate World Sandwich Day at Subway, Friday, November 3rd. Buy any sub and 30-ounce drink, and we'll give you another sub free. Plus, we'll donate a meal to Feeding America. It's all part of our live feed event as Subway restaurants around the world join the fight to end hunger in their communities. So stop in, buy any sub and 30-ounce drink, get 1 sub free, and do some good with Feeding America. Friday, November 3rd at Subway.
And now, this elite performance brought to you by Bridgestone. In the 4th quarter last week, the Dolphins' Matt Moore connected with Kenny Stills for a pair of touchdowns. Cornerback Bobby McCain then made a critical interception at just the right moment to set up Cody Parkey's game-winning kick in Miami's comeback win over the Jets. Bridgestone tires are built to come through in the clutch, just like NFL players. Bridgestone, official tire of the NFL.
You thought you were out there all alone. Then one day, there we were. How odd it must have felt to suddenly find us. A little bigger, a little closer, and then this happened. And then this.
Verizon and Google have teamed up on the Pixel 2. It's like Verizon is the oil and Google is the balsamic.
It's more like the Google Pixel 2 is the unlimited storage.
Verizon is the best unlimited plan.
I like oil and balsamic.
Get the Pixel 2 for up to $300 off on Google's exclusive wireless partner, Verizon.
Introducing Budweiser's limited edition 1933 Repeal Reserve. A rich amber lager based on a recipe halted by Prohibition that we share with you this holiday season.
This year, the world's greatest thoroughbreds compete where the turf meets the surf.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Who will win the richest event in American horse racing? The Breeders' Cup begins Friday and continues Saturday on NBC.
Coming up to halftime, what a game in Seattle. I mean, Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson were over the moon in a crazy Seahawk win. Also, what to look for ahead of Tuesday's trade deadline coming up at halftime. 2 minutes to halftime. 2nd down and 12 now for the Steelers from their own 23-yard line.
Very important play here. If they don't pick up anything, you might see the Lions take a timeout.
Ben going for a bunch, and that's tipped in the air and not intercepted. Very, very close. Slay is there. Hunter couldn't handle it. It drops to the ground before the pick, incomplete. 3rd down and 12.
Well, this got very interesting, didn't it? A little banging going around, off Hunter's hands, off Slay's hands, a little tiny push, and almost scooped it up with one hand.
Has it, has it, has it?
That would have been some interception.
3rd and 12.
Big play, the Lions get a chance.
Again, they can stop him here. Can call a timeout. Better yet, an incomplete pass. Instead, it's a little pass underneath. And Antonio Brown is going to work his way for a 1st down. Needed 12 and got 13. Antonio Brown, big play.
A screen pass all the way, only beyond the line of scrimmage. Watch all the wide receivers come down here and block. And Smith-Schuster, number 19, is going to get the key block right there. And Antonio Brown did the rest. That was a tremendous call and execution on the part of Todd Haley.
Kid took Glover Quinn out of the play, and Pittsburgh utilizes his 1st timeout. How about the Killer Bees? They borrowed that name from the old Miami Dolphins defense. Roethlisberger, 9 of 15 for 142. Bell, a couple of big plays, 12 for 40. The numbers don't look that good, but he's been impressive in his own right. Touchdown, and just so what Brown did.
Yeah, sometimes with a player like Antonio Brown, you just have to throw it up and give him a chance. Great players need opportunities, even if they look covered.
Roethlisberger throws into traffic. James comes away with it, and down the sideline he goes before he's taken out of bounds inside the 35-yard line by Killebrews. Jesse James, the tight end, getting free, and that's a gain of 32 yards.
Yeah, Jesse James just barely missed on the play. I couldn't see who the defender, I think it was Jared Davis, just missed, and then it was game on after that. Boy, for a game that's just 10-9, we have seen a lot of big plays in this game.
Well, we've had 2 40-yard receptions for Pittsburgh, 1 for Detroit, a couple of good long runs. And in a 1-point game, that is called. Brown, who was pretty silent until the second quarter, tackled there by Wilson, very close to a first down. Spotted just short. Second and a short one. Down to 70 seconds. Roethlisberger to the end zone. Contact action, but all incidental and incomplete. It's Lawson covering Justin Hunter. 3rd and 1.
Well, I tell you what, they are letting them play down the field. If I were Mike Tomlin, I'd go in at halftime and go, look, this officiating crew is not calling anything out here. I'm not saying this is a foul. I kind of like watching football like this. That's a lot of contact pushing Hunter out of bounds. So you just have to adjust. As a player, as a coach, you have to say, all right, it's game on out there, guys.
Pass might not have been catchable anyway. 3rd down and 1 from the 23-yard line. Bell loses the ball. It's loose, and it appears that the Lions have it. They do. So Le'Veon Bell had picked up the first down, and Glover Quinn comes away with the ball.
Looks like Anthony Zettel right there is going to get his hands on the football, and there it goes. And there goes what was a brilliant drive on the part of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Boy, it didn't even look like he got much contact on it. It was just as he was trying to sneak through the hole.
So 2 takeaways for the Lions. We mentioned before, already more takeaways in less than half a season than they had all of last year. Quinn has ball tonight. Glover Quinn with an interception and now a fumble recovery. So Detroit with all of its timeouts. And Stafford flings it downfield up to the 39-yard line for Marvin Jones. And a timeout taken here. We're back in 30 seconds.
All right, off you go.
Casual Fridays at Buckingham Palace? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Nathan saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Taking a look at the last play. Of course, we're inside 2 minutes, so there is no challenge.
It's okay for the ball to hit the ground as long as you have control over it. Does it squirt out of the top of the arm there of Marvin Jones?
That's what Hussey's going to have to determine here. Clearly the ball's on the ground at some point. Does the ground help him control the ball?
Not from that angle you couldn't. I thought from the other angle Did it squirt over the top of the forearm there, I think is going to be the question.
Ruling on the field was a completed pass, but these days that means nothing.
So hard to see what the right hand was doing there, but I think you could make a pretty decent case that it was. But as we have talked about before, they're staying with the calls on the field a lot more this year.
Yeah, when I say it means nothing, I mean the ultimate calls made from Park Avenue.
Definitive? Are you buying?
I think they overturned this one, actually. Just a guess.
After review, the call on the field stands. It is a catch.
So much for that. I'm down to my final challenge.
It's all right. We've got some chicken for you at halftime. That'll make up for it.
So they didn't see anything conclusive. Not clear enough that he lost control of it. Play stands and it's first down at the 39-yard line. Send the fifth man and down the sideline, and that's caught by T.J. Jones. Third-year guy out of Notre Dame gets free down the sideline, and that's a gain of 34 yards.
They are just continuing to work this cover two hole. That is not Joe Hayden messing that up. That is simply a strong arm quarterback and Matthew Stafford able to sling that thing in there on a line before Mike Mitchell can get there.
Stafford already has 195 passing yards tonight. The Steelers were allowing 147 per game. Best in the league coming in. Matthews already eclipsed that by plenty. And more time here. He's under pressure again. Gets away and then throws the ball down the sideline and incomplete. Second down and 10 with 38 seconds.
This is 5-person rush coming here, and I have to tell you, I am surprised. I am. I'm surprised at how well the Lions offensive line and Brian Mahalik and all these guys have held up on the outside here. When you watch the tape of this team 2 weeks ago, you did not think it was possible they were going to hold the Pittsburgh Steelers out the way they have.
Hey, takes two. Ready. Waiting.
Stafford comes back this way, throws, and that is caught at the 17-yard line by Golden Tate, and that will move the change. Another timeout is taken here with 31 seconds.
Boy, watch how hard it is. It ends up being a blitz from here, but it looks like these guys were going to blitz. That's what the Steelers do. They mess around with you, but once again, tremendous blitz pickup. Theo Riddick, the running back, came across and made the play, and that has really been the difference so far in this game. The Detroit Lions protection scheme has kind of figured out what the Steelers are trying to do to them.
Now they're going to look at this too. It's fairly similar. Ball touches the ground, but does he have control? So ruled on the field.
I thought he did.
Yeah, I did too.
You have to give Golden Tate a lot of credit there, don't you?
Sure.
Mike Tomlin would respect, as a former wide receiver, the fact that Golden Tate, he was hurting after that game in New Orleans, and a lot of people thought he was going to miss this one, and I think took one day off of practice and was right back out there, and he's just so important to this football team. He is such a playmaker. If you can get him the ball in space, he's like a punt returner.
Former Seahawk. Ball at the 16-yard line. Stafford to the end zone, going up, and no, he cannot hold on. Darren Fells, the tight end, the second tight end, who already has 3 touchdown catches this season, came very close to a fourth, but incomplete.
Well, you can't throw it any better than this, but let's give a little bit of credit on the back end. Sean Davis is going to come over the top, not interfere, and strip that ball out. But you're hoping your big tight end can grab that thing and snatch it down to his body and not have it taken away. Not on that one. Stafford has made some really brilliant throws out here tonight.
206 yards for him. Trying to get him into the end zone on a 2nd down and 10. Throws, and that one is incomplete. Intended for Fells again. He called his number again, and it's 3rd down and 10.
Well, one of the assets that the Steelers have defensively is that they really have a pretty good collection on the back end. I think this is one of the better secondaries I can remember seeing in Pittsburgh for some time. When you have William Gay back there as your 6th defensive back, this Artie Burns is now developing into a very good player. So a lot of good matchups across the board here tonight.
Well, that says something, because Joe Hayden coming over from Cleveland. Trying to stop him here on a 3rd down and 10. Snapping for the end zone, and that is a little too deep and incomplete. Crowd wants a flag. They don't get it. That's Hayden covering Marvin Jones. 4th down, and Prater will come in to try to give them the lead with a field goal.
Keith Butler is throwing everything at him. They are going to go overload to the left side here. Slot blitz, corner blitz coming over. But you have on the outside the old veteran Joe Hayden looking back at the quarterback, under control with a nice play. And again, physical play down the field, but that's the way it's been all night long.
34-yard attempt. Prater is 3 for 3 and make that 4 for 4. 4 field goals for Prater with 13 seconds remaining in the opening half. And Detroit on top now 12-10. About 5 years ago, everybody was talking about that Steeler D getting old and slow. Well, they were the oldest average age, but #1 in yards allowed. Then they got a little bit younger, and they were 13. Even younger in 14. They were 18. Even younger in 15. And now it flipped around last year. They became very young, and they were 12th. And this year, they're the 6th youngest, and they're 2nd best in yards allowed. So, you know, they've drafted so well, Chris, through the years. You look at it, they've done a great job. I mean, this is a team that has 8 of their own #1 draft choices still on the roster. And the other thing about this team, too, a lot of teams say, we don't care that much about linebackers. They care about linebackers.
Yeah, and I think it's 15 of the 24 sacks that this team has comes from the linebackers. And the interesting thing is, a lot of teams around the league now are only drafting corners and defensive linemen because that's where it's harder to find those guys. So consequently, you end up with a team like Pittsburgh that could find a TJ Watt with the 30th overall pick in the draft.
And, of course, in the middle of the state, you have linebacker U, which was Penn State. One of the things Penn State is known for through the years.
This has been a terrific first half of football. Well played.
So low scoring, but some big plays. A couple of turnovers by the Steelers. They'll take a knee to run out the clock, and the teams will go to the locker room in a 2-point game at the half. It is Detroit 12. Pittsburgh 10. And coming up next, at halftime, right after these messages from your local NBC station.
NBC Thursday. Don't miss the Will and Grace fall finale.
My chest is feeling tight.
This is the one you'll be talking about.
I'm feeling pain in my right arm.
If you were having a heart attack, you'd feel pain in your left arm.
Thursday starts with Superstore, followed by The Good Place.
I'll be torturing you for the time being.
Then it's Will and Grace and great news.
And I do a special spin.
The place for new comedy on Thursday is NBC.
To err is human. To anticipate is the Lexus RX. With pedestrian detection, auto braking, and lane departure alert, stand up. Experience another step closer to a safer world.
Lease the 2017 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $399 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Spectrum, we know you want it all. Speed and reliability. Strength and flexibility. Everything at your fingertips, instantly. This is our challenge. It's why we've built an advanced fiber-rich network that connects more than 500 million devices today and countless more tomorrow. That's why our work is never done. Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be.
There's one word that kills great ideas, but today, no can't stop you. Because you are builders. Your ideas can't be stopped with the dreaded no, it takes too much time, or no, it's just too risky. With AWS, you can take any no and you can flip it. Because you've got the cloud with the most functionality, customers, and experience. No is talk. And we say let talkers talk. Let builders build.
Can you feel something without touching it? See something with your eyes closed. When everything is designed around you, the driver, you can. The Mazda 3.
Now get the 2017 Mazda 3 for 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,000 APR bonus cash.
Wind and rain hit the tri-state, but what about tomorrow's commute after the game?
10:26 to go in the fourth.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Le'Veon Bell mostly held in check his long run 8 yards, but he has this touchdown, only touchdown of the first half. His fumble late trumps the celebration. And that fumble turned into the field goal that put the Lions on top. And to talk about it, D'Antoni and Rodney. Guys?
All right, Mike, thank you. What stood out first half? Start with you, Coach.
I would say Detroit's pass protection. I didn't think they could drop back and hold up, but they have done a great job, especially the backs. Theo Riddick has picked up these blitzes great.
Yeah, but he's not having success running the ball. I think Matthew Stafford, he's going to have to pass the ball at least 20 times the second half in order for him to win.
All right, game of the year so far, Seattle and Houston, 4 lead changes, fourth quarter. You had both quarterbacks throwing for over 300 yards. What stood out?
I'll say Russell Wilson, and the fact that he doesn't have an offensive line. Like, these guys, they're out there, they're trying, Dan, but they're not very good. He's running around. He's, you know, Coach, he's just all over the place, bootlegs. He's trying to sell the run, but this guy, he's been so terrific just protecting the ball and getting the ball down the field.
Yeah, no question about it. He made it happen today under duress. But the other side was just as impressive. Deshaun Watson, you know, he was like a young Russell Wilson out there, going up there in that atmosphere with that noise against that pass rush. Yeah, he threw 3 interceptions, but there's no way they're in this ball game without Deshaun Watson.
Coach, he had so much confidence going into that. That place is loud. We broadcast from there, and for a rookie to go up in there and show the level of poise and competitiveness that he showed against that defense was amazing, Dan.
Dallas at 4-3, the win against Washington. Can they catch Philadelphia in the East?
I don't think they can catch them, but this is the way Dallas has to play. They still play them twice, so they've got a chance. But if they run the ball and be opportunistic on defense, this is the way they should play.
Well, Dallas doesn't have to have a great defense. They just need to give their team a chance to win in the fourth quarter. And plus, Dallas, I believe, have the best quarterback in the division.
Oakland lost in Buffalo. You were pretty tough on Derek Carr in the pregame. You said he was overrated.
Well, it's just inconsistent. I mean, you know, everyone wants to put him as a top-tier quarterback, but what has he done to deserve that? He's just too inconsistent.
But I'm not going to put all this on Derek Carr. This is a high-paid offensive line that's not opening holes for the run and a defense that's not stopping anybody.
And when the last time you go out and get Marshawn Lynch out of retirement, but yet you don't give him the ball? Give him the ball when he comes back.
He didn't play today. He was suspended. Week 9 begins Thursday night. 5-2 Bills visiting the Jets. Key AFC East matchup. Kickoff Thursday Night Football. Not at 8:25, not at 8:27. 8:26 Eastern on NFL Network. Coming up, Mike Florio with what to watch for ahead of Tuesday's trade deadline. But first, Toyota shows us how competition never gets old. In fact, it just keeps getting better.
Hey, Gramps?
Hey. No, sir. You brought the dog again?
Dogs are good luck. Where's Glenn?
Where do you think? Cappuccino. What kind of dog is that anyway?
It's a Palm Chi-Chi. Very rare.
Okay, gentlemen, let's show these rookies who's boss.
Toyota, let's go places.
The Winter Olympics, February on NBC.
4 field goals have the Lions on top by 2. That Ambassador Bridge takes you from Detroit over to Windsor, Ontario, Canada. The guys were just showing the highlights and discussing perhaps the game of the year with Seattle and Houston, played in the backdrop of the overriding storyline of the year, player-owner relations and player protests. I'm going to bring in Mike Florio from ProFootballTalk.com just to go over the last couple of days. Friday, the report of comments by Texans owner Bob McNair at an owners meeting about, quote, inmates running the prison. Saturday, a meeting between McNair and Houston players. Today, most of the team protested by kneeling before the game. What did they say, Mike, after the game?
Well, Mike, left tackle Dwayne Brown said that the meeting with the owner on Saturday didn't go well. DeAndre Hopkins, one of the guys who actually left the facility on Friday, he refused to talk about it. The other player who left the facility, running back Deontay Foreman, he said he's still upset by it. I asked Brown tonight what happens next. He said, I have no clue.
A lot to be told on that story. Trade deadline Tuesday, 4 Eastern. What names, Mike, are you hearing could be available?
Well, Dwayne Brown, let's start right there. He just ended a lengthy holdout last week. Also, the Colts, I'm told, willing to move T.Y. Hilton for the right price. The Patriots always very active when it gets close to the trade deadline. They have a glut of running backs. Possible that they could move one of those running backs for some help in the defensive front seven. And finally, from tonight's game, tight end Eric Ebron, he could be playing his final 30 minutes with the team that drafted him several years ago, Mike.
First-round pick, 2 targets, no receptions, and when the Lions threw to the tight end twice at the end of the first half, he was on the bench. He was sitting by himself, visibly upset. Mike, thank you. Monday on Today, one of the biggest pop stars in the world like you've never seen her before. Selena Gomez opens up for the very first time about her battle with lupus, her kidney transplant, and the gift from a friend that saved her life. It's an exclusive interview tomorrow, only on Today. Detroit 12, Pittsburgh 10. The Lions get the ball to start the second half. Al Chris Michelle back from America's Motor City right after this.
This has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Tuesday, a This Is Us Halloween brings new discoveries.
The Larson said you had 3 babies and you lost one and got me instead.
With a never-before-seen look at an earlier time.
Stay. Talk a while.
And a family's new beginning.
I got a breakdown a couple of months ago. No, this isn't supposed to happen until tomorrow.
It's an extraordinary welcome into the world. Emmy-winning This Is Us, Tuesday on NBC. And episodes are waiting on demand.
The 2017 Nissan Rogue, with available automatic emergency braking that can help stop for you. And motion-activated liftgate. You still got some tricks left in you. Take on today the Nissan Rogue family. Lease today, starting at just $159 per month, or get a low $109 per month lease on the 2017 Sentra.
Caribbean.
Chevy is the most awarded car company 3 years in a row.
Really?
Let's see how quickly you can read through all their awards.
Kelley Blue Book 2016 Best Resale Value. US News Best Car for the Money. 10 Best blah, blah, blah.
Only about 90 more to go.
Oh, gosh.
2017 IIHS Top Safety.
2017 North American Car of the Year.
That's a lot of awards.
Great, now I'm going to have to go buy a new car.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this Chevy Cruze for around $169 a month. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Heavy rain and damaging wind in your forecast after the game.
Surprise.
The Bills and LaShawn McCoy charge into the Big Apple in primetime.
Ball out on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ball out.
Where the Jets are ready for a showdown with their AFC East rivals.
For the touchdown.
Bills, Jets, Thursday Night Football.
That's what we talking about.
When it's on, it's on. Thursday at 8, only on NFL Network.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Week 8 concludes with Monday Night Football on ESPN. Then Week 9 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on NFL Network. Tonight's first half highlights are brought to you by Chevrolet.
Stand up and cheer, stomp your feet, start clapping. NBC Sunday night about to happen.
And that is going to be picked off at the 18-yard line by Glover Quinn. And Stafford hanging in, but not for long. Down he goes. Cameron Hayward deep downfield, and that's going to be caught by Brown.
This is just saying my guy is a better athlete than your guy.
Keep it on the ground. Touchdown. Le'Veon Bell.
Chevy has earned more J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs.
And there is your halftime score. Detroit 12, Pittsburgh 10. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya. Sunday Night Football. So Ben Roethlisberger, 183 with an interception. Stafford, 206 passing yards against the #1 pass defense in the NFL. Le'Veon Bell, 41 yards on the ground and the only touchdown in the game. Antonio Brown, all 4 catches in the second quarter. Marvin Jones, big night. 3 catches for 94 yards. And the Steelers defense, 195 passing yards allowed. And as we say, 147 allowed per game coming into this one. So Ben Roethlisberger will be on the sideline for the opening salvo in the second half, because Pittsburgh won the toss and received in the first half. Detroit gets it now with the third quarter underway from Ford Field with a touchback. We go to Michelle.
Well, the Lions scored 4 field goals in that first half, and Jim Caldwell told me we've got to run the ball better. We've got to finish those drives, and we've got to make the catches when they're available to us, referring to some of those drop passes. And as for Mike Tomlin, he said his defense has given up chunk plays, and that has flipped the field, and that is really his only concern heading into this second half. Regarding the turnovers, he told me, you know, that's football. We're not going to play perfect. Al?
Well, thank you, Michelle. They have given up chunk plays. Jones, 43-yard. That's Marvin TJ with a 34-yard reception. And as Caldwell just told Michelle, they try to get that running game going, but they get it going backwards here with Abdullah. Meanwhile, let's talk about a guy, Chris, very much in the spotlight tonight.
There's no question, and I thought he was going to be under siege. And so far tonight, he has done a nice job, not just in his pass protection with what he's done, nice in the run game. And watch this on special team. He goes all Big Bird on him, takes out 3 of them with his wingspan. Pretty special play.
And the other guys, they knew what he did on that play because they all congratulated him at the end of the play. 2nd and 11. He's on the ground again. Amir Abdullah, 3rd-year guy out of Nebraska. He was the #2 pick back in 2015. 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, one of the things the Lions worked on during their extra time was exactly that play right there. The strength of this offensive line of the Detroit Lions is on that right side. They signed TJ Lang from the Packers. Rick Wagner came over from the Ravens. And that's where they're going to make hay in the running game if, in fact, they're going to get it going.
Wayne Washington is now in the backfield on 3rd down and 5. Stafford has that one tipped.
Oh, boy, another tip pass.
Yeah, he had a bunch in 9 2 weeks ago against New Orleans. 4th down.
You know, it always ends up being the guy that you block the best that tips it too. Tyson Alu on that one was completely blocked, and he's the one that got it.
Martin had been on the injured list until tonight, and that's off the side of his foot, and a terrible kick that's going to give the Steelers the ball at about midfield and beyond. 47-yard line of Detroit after that boot.
So I got one question for you. Do you believe in you? Because I do. I believe in you so much, I've already booked the tickets all the way to the championship game. Because we're not flying home today.
When your plans change, our fees don't. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me, don't stop me, don't stop me. Hey, hey, hey. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Have a good time, good time. Don't stop me, don't stop me. Don't stop me. Having a good time. Don't stop me. Yes, I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all.
The all-new 2018 Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
Remember 2007? Smartphones? OMG. 10 years later, nothing's really changed. It's time to snap out of it.
Hello, Moto.
Snap on a JBL speaker. Put a 70-inch screen on a wall. Get a 10 times optical zoom. Get excited, world.
Hello, Moto.
Moto is here. The new Moto Z with Moto mods. Get a Moto Z2 for only $20 a month and a free projector mod.
Celebrate World Sandwich Day at Subway, Friday, November 3rd. Buy any sub and 30-ounce drink, and we'll give you another sub free. Plus, we'll donate a meal to Feeding America. It's all part of our live feed event as Subway restaurants around the world join the fight to end hunger in their communities. So stop in, buy any sub and 30-ounce drink, get one sub free, and do some good with Feeding America. Friday, November 3rd at Subway.
Mike Tomlin, still only 45 years old, third coach to finish with a 500 or better record, first 10 seasons with one team, and he would join two guys you may have heard of, John Madden and Curly Lambeau. I mean, that's company. That's Three's company. Great company. No losing seasons, one Super Bowl championship and one other Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah, speaking of great company, they're honoring a veteran on the field. And it took him a little while to get to where he is, and everybody in this place, including both sidelines, and that guy right there, Alejandro Villanueva, who won a Bronze Star himself as an Army Ranger, running out into fire to save some of his men.
Yep.
And there is a nice salute.
That was Seaman First Class Richard Thielen saluted by the crowds after a slight delay from the 48-yard line after an 18-yard Martin punt, and that's a ground ball incomplete, picked off the ground. Let's go back to, I want to talk about Mike Tomlin when he got the job. Remember, the Steelers had Chuck Noll, who won 4 Super Bowls. Bill Cowher won a Super Bowl, was there a lot of years, and then Tomlin got the job, and nobody really knew who he was. He'd been on the staff at Tampa Bay, went to Minnesota 1 year as the defensive coordinator, and then goes to Pittsburgh. Gets there in 07, wins the Super Bowl in 08, gets back to there in 10, gets him to the playoffs almost every year. And he's still the 7th youngest coach in the league, 11 years in. 2nd and 10. And there's that hesitation by Bell, that trademark run to the 42-yard line. He goes in. And one thing about Tomlin, as we all know, Chris, love meetings with him. He does have a great way with words.
I'll tell you the truth. If they name me commissioner tomorrow, which I'm expecting that call at any time now, but if they name me commissioner, I don't think I would make a decision that I didn't get on the phone with Mike Tomlin and have a conversation. He has his hand on the pulse of this league in a way that most don't.
Absolutely. 3rd and 4. I mean, he reads the room. Little dump-off pass over the middle, breaks the tackle, and that's a first down and more for Smith-Schuster. And the 20-year-old takes the ball to the 23-yard line and signals first down.
You know, you think of him as being so young, but this is a big, thick-bodied guy. And when he has a tackler wrapped around him, more often than not, you are seeing him break that tackle and pick up big first downs. I think it's going to be very difficult. I don't care what happens with Martavis Bryant to ever get Juju Smith-Schuster out of the starting 3 wide receivers at the very least.
And there was Bryant and Civvies tonight, inactive. Likely active after the bye week. Roethlisberger to the end zone and wide open, and he missed him. Darius Hayward-Bay gets free. Can't haul it in.
I mean, it is just strange what is happening once the Pittsburgh Steelers get down inside the red zone. I mean, this cannot be an easier pitch and catch, and they can't hit it. It's remarkable to me that it's almost like it's in their minds at this point.
Second down and 10. 4 yards away from the red zone. And Bell did a pretty good job stuffing him tonight. Let's go to Michelle.
Big crime story in Pittsburgh this week when Juju Smith's bike was lost and then it was found and returned to him, but his reliance on his bike, Al, should end Tuesday because Alejandro Villanueva is going to take him to the DMV for his driver's test. Juju told me he's a little concerned about having to parallel park Al's truck. We call him Big Al, and it's a big truck, so he may try to find a smaller car. Al?
He's so young, some people thought he had training wheels on that bike, Michelle. 3rd and 8 from the 22. Play clock at 2. Roethlisberger dumps it over the middle. Oh, and James gets whacked. He loses the ball. And the Lions, if it's ruled a completed pass, have it. But there's a flag down as well. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. That was Diggs who hit him. So he never had control. Lost it. And he's fortunate that he didn't have control. Hussey will check it out.
And this is a major shot. Let's see if it's a shot to the head or not. His head snapped back. It sure was.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass. Personal foul. Defense. Unnecessary roughness. Number 28.
Yeah.
That penalty will be half the distance. First down.
I didn't see the flag, but it was a no-brainer of a call. And I can tell you, this used to be legal when I played back in the day. And you learned in a hurry to wear a padded chin strap after about my 4th time getting stitches in my chin. And now you see why they changed that rule.
4th penalty against Detroit tonight. None against Pittsburgh. So it's first down, 10 at the 11-yard line. Bell swings to the outside. They stand him up and take him down at the 9-yard line after a gain of 2 yards. Diggs is there to make that tackle. At 16 carries for 51 yards for Le'Veon Bell tonight.
Here we go, right on the end of the line of scrimmage. Let's take a look at Diggs as he comes off of that block and makes a legal tackle that time. The other guy is Jared Davis inside, that rookie linebacker who, but for a couple of games out with a concussion, would have been the leading tackler on this defense.
Roethlisberger on the second, and he throws touchdown, Brown. Flag is down. A flag is down a yard into the end zone.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 84. Penalty. Second down.
White that one away, covered by Slay, and that's Pittsburgh's first penalty of the game.
Coming right at you. You can see Slay losing his footing. Kind of hard to see how far those arms are extended. The referee, I will say, was in perfect position to see that, and it's coming back. And those red zone woes continue. Coming in, touchdowns on only 11 of 26 drives, 1 for 6 the week prior. And Big Ben just completing 43% of his passes in the red zone, lowest rate of his career.
And now he's faced with a 2nd and 18 after the flag. Over the middle, low throw, incomplete. That's intended for Brown. Brown and Slay again matched up 3rd down and 18. Illustrate what's happening in that red zone. Weeks 5 through 7, 11 drives, only 2 touchdowns, had to settle for 8 3-pointers. 2 tonight with a touchdown and a field goal. But here they are again, trying to retake the lead.
Boy, 2 heavyweights on the outside going at it. Darius Slay, Antonio Brown. It's been a great matchup so far. So far in the one-on-one matchups, I would say Slay is having a nice night.
3-man rush. Brown catches it. What a great tackle at the 21-yard line. Wow. That is Diggs. So Diggs has been all over the place with the penalty, a nice stop on a run, and what a tackle here.
Holy smokes. Going to come across. Same play they ran the first half. All the wide receivers not even looking back, just blocking down the field. And Quandre Diggs said, I have seen this movie before. Holy smokes.
Field goal attempt to take the lead. Hits the upright and bounces through. So Boswell gets a break on a carom shot.
He almost hit both uprights.
The 38-yard field goal. Back and forth we go. Steelers by 1.
These 2 dads have co-parenting on lockdown.
Best friends. Really? Thank you. Stop it.
But when their dads show up...
Sounded like a strike.
How's your hearing? It's more dads.
Cut it out! This is child abuse!
Don't be such a snowflake!
More problems.
That was an alternate for season 3 Ice Road Truckers.
Oh, that was our best season.
Daddy's home too.
Pump fake that thing all night?
Never played sports ever.
What? Rated PG-13.
Do we really have to choose him to be our next spokesperson?
He's so boring.
Sounds like you're on the fence. Why don't I just leave you my resume? Yes, it's laminated.
No thanks.
You're hired.
Try the new caramel M&Ms.
Ow.
Raz, where are you?
Guys, I'm trapped. My boss wants me here.
We're not leaving without you. Just go downstairs now.
Rapunzel.
Look for my CHR.
That was fun.
Wait till you see where we're going.
Introducing an all-new crossover. Toyota CHR. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you know you can still get a refreshing any-size soft drink for just $1 at McDonald's? With the days getting shorter and your to-do list getting longer, you'll enjoy this ice-cold deliciousness more than ever. Hurry over to McDonald's.
This week, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is all new. Jimmy welcomes Chris Hemsworth, Blake Shelton, and Kelly Clarkson. All new Tonight Shows, NBC this week.
Well, tomorrow, Tuesday, The Voice welcomes 3-time Grammy winner Kelly Clarkson. She's going to be a coach on The Voice next season. This week, helping out in the big knockout rounds. The Voice tomorrow and Tuesday here on NBC. Steelers sending it down to the end zone, 4 yards in. Agnew, the rookie from San Diego, takes it out to the 17. Well, speaking of The Voice, how about this guy being on The Voice someday? Pretty good wide receiver, Marvin Jones. Have a listen.
Meet me at the altar in your white dress.
We ain't getting no younger, we might as well do it. Girl, let's just get married. I just want to get married. I mean, I'm already married, but...
Already married.
You're going to bring him out.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Beautiful.
He's had a nice night tonight, too.
Oh, yeah. 3 catches for 94 yards. Lions down by 1. Start from the 17. Off play action. Fired over the middle. Wide open. Making the catch. And that is Marvin Jones right on cue. And a flag comes into the end of the play. For the moment, 18-yard pickup.
Might have another helmet-to-helmet here.
Ref is John Hussey.
Personal foul. Defense number 28. Hit on a defenseless receiver. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced at the end of the run. First down.
That is the safety, Sean Davis, moving the ball to midfield.
They're working a lot of these throws all the way across the center field safety, and that was Davis coming up with the hit. Pretty easy to call there. Usually you can hear it first, see it second. But we have seen Matthew Stafford throw some incredible passes. That bye week has done wonders for him. He has been fantastic in this game tonight.
Well, he was hurt going into the New Orleans game with the ankle. He's able to rest it. Here's Abdullah, gain of 1, second down and 9.
The hardest throws for anybody to make are these cover 2 hole shots, they call them. So basically, unless your quarterback can throw it about 300 miles an hour in there, you are going to get blistered. Well, you're going to get blistered anyway, because Mike Mitchell on the back end runs 4-4, and if he can't get there, no safety can. Takes a lot of courage on the part of the wide receiver, T.J. Jones, coming up with both of those big plays.
8.5 to go in the quarter. On the draw, Abdullah slips, goes to the ground, stopped at the 50-yard line. 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Lions.
You know, this Lions offense has been blitzed at a much higher rate than they ever have been blitzed, and they have not been successful when they've been facing 5 or more pass rushers. But tonight, it's been a little bit better. There's no question about it. They've gotten some of the best play they have all year out of the entire offensive line, but especially the left tackle.
3rd and 10 from the midfield strike. Stafford stepping up, stepping away. He's going to pack it in. Looks for the first down. Gets it. Needed 10, got 11 to the 39-yard line. First down, Detroit.
Al, I like you so much. Remind me to never give you a compliment. Here we go. I just told you how great Brian Mahalik has been, and TJ Watt to put the spin move on him, and his quarterback saved him. So Matthew Stafford, magic with his arm, returns the favor, a little magic with his legs there for the big first down.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, the ball at the 39-yard line. Play action. Sends the pass. It's caught. Fells. And he'll pick up a first down to the 27-yard line. Tackle there by L.T. Walton.
That was interesting. Sean Davis was out there on the end of the line of scrimmage, and he saw Darren Fells block, and he assumed that he could just drop back into his coverage. As soon as he turned his back, threw it out there to Fells for another first down.
James Harrison in repose on the bench, playing very sparingly.
Thought we might see him a little bit more here tonight. Usually he tears up tall offensive tackles.
Can't remember seeing him at all to this point. That pass, turning around, making the catch is T.J. Jones. Beats Sean Davis and sets up a first down and goal for the Lions. That's a gain of 23, and that's 88 yards for T.J. Jones tonight.
Here we go. We're going to get a blitz coming right up here, and Amir Abdullah is going to step up right there, make the block just long enough on Ryan Shazier for once again T.J. Jones, and this was a tough one. Back shoulder, and the passing game of the Detroit Lions is waking up.
You got Marvin Jones and T.J. Jones combined 200 receiving yards out of the pistol now. Washington, can he get in? No, just a little bit short inside the 1. 2nd and goal. Hayden is there to stop him.
It's a pretty good job when you've got a wide receiver in Jared Aberderis, who you make a lead blocker on the goal line, jumps right around there, and then it is just Washington stretching, and now it's got to be so frustrating to fall right on top of the goal line and not be able to figure out how to do that.
Lions looking for their first touchdown. They have 4 Prater field goals. 2nd down and goal. Play action again. Stafford in trouble. Works his way to the corner, and the pass is incomplete. The coverage is good. Marvin Jones, the intended receiver. Golden covering on the play. 3rd down and goal.
It's always interesting to me on 2nd and 1, little sidearm delivery here, but I just know offensive linemen. I used to hang out with them, play a little poker with them. They thought when it was 2nd and 1, it was their turn. That right side of this offensive line is the best side if they want to play a little power football.
They pull back in the game, and they give the ball, and he gets stuffed. Washington can't get in. Left side of that Steeler defense is there's 4th and goal. Now what?
That is some collision between that guy and that guy coming over. Hargrave and Vince Williams, 2 of the hardest hitters on this team. Oh boy, this is a nasty game. What a shot by those 2 combined.
Now you've got an injured Lion here, so an injury timeout. 4th and goal upcoming.
We just got to take it one game at a time. Next question.
Odell, can you repeat everything you just said? My live stream won't load.
Technical foul.
Wrong sport.
Wrong network. You see, you need unlimited on Verizon. It's America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. They won't let you down in places like this, even in the strike zone.
It's the red zone.
Pretty sure it's the strike zone. Here, use mine. All right, see you on the court, champ. Heads up.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Plans now start at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Dante, what are you looking at?
Give me the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What I use in a battle for the mind. Hit it hard.
Dante, stop dribbling.
Else and I'm ripping up shows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What I use in a battle for the mind. Passes. Game over. It was a choke, absolute choke. He did not want the last shot. Hard like it's supposed. Pulling up blows to the nose. Wonderful else and I'm ripping up shows. Hard like it's supposed. Pulling up blows to the nose. Else and I'm ripping up shows.
Dante Graham with the game in his hand. Behind the back to LeBron. Off the backboard. Slam!
Shut him down. Shut him down.
With their eyes on college football's most coveted prize.
Here come the Irish.
Brandon Wimbush and Josh Adams lead the Fighting Irish.
Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Wake Forest, Notre Dame, Saturday on NBC.
First things first, the injured player was Rick Wagner. There he is, the right tackle. Now you've got a 4th and goal, so he's out. They put Dan Skipper in, and for the moment they're going to line up to go for it. So instead of a chip shot field goal to take the lead, you've got Dwayne Washington in the backfield. Stafford will take it from shotgun on 4th and goal. And Stafford stepping up, and he's going to get taken down at the 2-yard line. What a stand. Alualu, number 94, Tyson Alualu, makes the stop there, and Detroit cannot take the lead.
Right out here, just nobody open. You kind of get the feeling that Stafford had it in his mind. He might run it from the start. But Alualu came right back inside to make the play. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm sure Jim Caldwell was thinking, well, if we don't make it, we'll at least have them backed up. Brilliant coverage down the field once again. That time by Joe Hayden.
So with 4.5 to go in the third. Ben Roethlisberger trying to work him out of a field position hole from the 2-yard line. And they give it to the big back Bell to the 5-yard line. So I guess if Barry Sanders might have been in the backfield, it's a decent chance that maybe Detroit would have handed it to him. But this is, how are you, my man?
How's it
Great
going?
to see you.
Great to see you.
Amazing. You say that and he just appears like
just
that.
popped
That's
in
remarkable.
Here. You know, you never know. I mean, well, you never know where he'd appear when he was running with the ball either, right? He was there, he wasn't there, and then he was back.
Now, mostly
there
he disappeared when he was running the ball.
I'd love to get the ball, though. Absolutely.
I'll bet you would. 2nd down and 7 for Pittsburgh now from the 5-yard line, trying to get some breathing space. Bell again, and he's going to chug his way close to a 1st down with a flag down. Barry, what? So you retired in 1998.
Holding. Offense, number 45. After this is a ball, 1st down.
Roosevelt Nix, it's been 19 years. So tell us what you've been up to and what you're doing right now.
Well, it's been great for me. Just doing, some family stuff, business stuff, taking it easy, taking in a football game or two here and there. So no real heavy lifting.
Basically, life good?
It was great.
For Barry, and you're still making your home in the area here?
I am, yes.
Great. We're going to ask you in a minute about Le'Veon Bell, a guy who I'm sure you can appreciate, who lines up as the tailback here behind Nix on 2nd down and 9. Play action. Roethlisberger fires too deep. 3rd down.
Wow, another miss by Ben and another wide open receiver.
Going to make it 3rd and 9.
Good look, trying to get it up and down, but there really was nobody in sight. I don't know if Ben thought that Jesse James is going to take it more straight up the field or not, but it's another missed opportunity.
Roethlisberger tonight just a shade over 500, 13 of 24 for 200 yards. Crowd in full throat on a 3rd down and 9. Detroit trying to pin him deep. And Roethlisberger gives him a lot of room here. Juju Smith-Schuster off to the races. Inside the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown. 97 yards. Three plays after a great goal line stand, and the youngest player in the league goes all the way.
This is unbelievable. Watch this move coming down the field against Quandre Diggs, who just got his partner Antonio Brown, gets it, and now it's just a foot race. We talked about how tough he is, what a great blocker he is, and now holder of an NFL record with 4 touchdowns before his 21st birthday. Holy smokes.
Chris Boswell for the extra point. And this one's turned on a dime. We'll have more with Barry Sanders when we come back, 20-12.
When you have type 2 diabetes, you manage your A1C, but you also have a higher risk of heart attack or stroke. Non-insulin Victoza lowers A1C and now reduces cardiovascular risk.
Victoza lowers my A1C and blood sugar better than the leading branded pill.
And for people with type 2 diabetes treating cardiovascular disease, Victoza is now approved to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
And while it isn't for weight loss, Victoza may help you lose some weight.
Victoza is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not take Victoza if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Victoza or any of its ingredients. Stop taking Victoza and get medical help right away if you get symptoms of a serious allergic reaction such as rash, swelling, difficulty breathing or swallowing. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. So stop taking Victoza and call your doctor right away if you have severe pain in your stomach area. Tell your doctor your medical history. Gallbladder problems have happened in some people. Tell your doctor right away if you get symptoms. Taking Victoza with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Common side effects are nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, decreased appetite, indigestion, and constipation. Side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Ask your doctor about Victoza.
T-Mobile family plans now come with Netflix included.
That's huge.
That's right. T-Mobile's got your Netflix subscription covered. So go ahead and watch however you want.
Really? That's incredible.
All at no extra charge. Another reason why T-Mobile is America's best unlimited network. And now you can enjoy all your favorite shows on the best iPhone yet. Save $300 on the amazing iPhone 8.
Thursday, it's the Chicago Fire fall finale.
My baby!
With an ending so shocking.
How could you do this?
Empty your desk. It will take your breath away. Chicago Fire, new Thursday at 10/9 Central on NBC.
Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By T-Mobile, America's best unlimited network. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Motorola, the new Moto Z with Moto Mods. Driving rain Friday night here in the Detroit area. Brother Rice Warriors beat the Birmingham Groves Falcons in triple overtime, 24-21. TJ Lang went to Brother Rice, and we go back to a 97-yard touchdown.
Well, Ben's missed a couple of throws. He didn't miss this, though. He saw the defense. He says, Juju, look, you've got this guy right here who may blitz, which is going to leave you on a safety, but that didn't happen. He came back in coverage, but regardless, it drew the attention of Ben Roethlisberger over there to Juju Smith-Schuster. A perfect throw this time from Ben, and off to the races goes a new star in the league in Juju Smith-Schuster.
And Roethlisberger now 3 yards shy of 300. Stafford now down by 8. This is caught here by Golden Tate. Gain of 7. Record we were talking about. Most TDs before turning 21. 4 for Juju Smith-Schuster. Andy Livingston back with the Bears in 64 and 65. And the late Rashawn Salam, also with the Bears, did it in 1995.
I'm sure that young man is too young to remember Wally Pipp, but you can't help but think about it a little bit, Al, right?
Well, you got Martavis Bryant, of course, is on the bench, and Smith-Schuster's going to be very tough to supplant. Theo Riddick, well, best laid plans of mice and men. All of a sudden, everything broke loose. Barry, we're going to ask you about Le'Veon Bell and his running style and how different it is.
Oh, yeah, he's a solid runner. I like how he sort of changes the pace and the speed at which he attacks the line of scrimmage. I think that's difficult for a lot of defenses. Great all-around back. You know, I enjoy watching him other than when he's playing the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody ever try and change your style? Because Le'Veon, from the beginning, he wasn't even that highly recruited because of that style of running. Did anybody ever say, hey, Barry, you really can't dance around and do all the things that you're doing out there?
Oh, yeah, there were certainly coaches that weren't as comfortable with that style of running. So I certainly saw resistance, or saw certain coaches that wouldn't play me because they thought maybe I was scared of contact or wasn't tough enough or things like that.
I had a guy that I knew in Cincinnati that played defense that played you guys once. And he said, Chris, I'm telling you, I'm not even joking. I had him in my sights. I had my arms spread. I put my head down. I must have closed my eyes because he disappeared. I didn't put one finger on Barry Sanders, and I still don't know what happened.
This is Riddick. Riddick takes the ball all the way down the 27-yard line. So Detroit answering that 97-yard TD. Good beginning to this drive. That's a gain of 23 yards.
Really perfect running back play. Gets a chip here, gets out in the route, and Matthew Stafford going to hang right there with him. This is exactly what Theo Riddick does best. He was part running back, part receiver at Notre Dame. That chip is going to help the tackle, and really just played right into the route.
Half a minute to go in the third quarter. And they give it to Theo Riddick. Barry, great of you to visit. There's one question, though, I always wanted to ask you. Did you ever regret retiring when you did? I mean, you were almost in your prime. You had a lot more left.
You know, I don't really regret it. I never really regretted it. There's certain parts of the game that I do miss. Those anxious moments before the game, lining up at 7 yards deep, about to get a handoff, that kind of stuff. So I do miss parts of it, but I don't regret how I retired and when I retired.
Can I say I regretted that you retired?
We both did. End of the quarter. You were a video game before video games. End of 3. It's an 8-point game. Back after this from your local station.
Week after week, the voice talent has wowed us all. But tomorrow and Tuesday, they'll reach a whole new level with the help of 3-time Grammy winner, Kelly Clarkson.
We got Kelly Clarkson.
Now is their moment to shine.
Sustain some of those notes.
And in a shocking first,
I can root for Blake.
Something will bring Blake and Adam closer than ever.
It was just a kiss. I'm sorry you had to see that. That might have been a mistake.
Emmy winner The Voice tomorrow and Tuesday on NBC.
Prudential asked these couples, how much money do you think you'll need in retirement? Then we found out how many years that money would last them.
How long do you think we'll keep? Oh, stop. You're gonna leave me back here at year 9? How did this happen?
It turned out a lot of people fell short of even the average length of retirement.
We have to think about not when we expect to live to, but when we could live to.
Let's plan for income that lasts all our years in retirement.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
Hyundai has an all-wheel drive SUV for every stage of your life. Urban adventure? That's Tucson. Taking that next step? Check out the Santa Fe Sport. Full-time chauffeuring? Your 7-passenger Santa Fe awaits. And with America's best warranty, whichever stage you're in.
You just saved me from getting a minivan. Give him some love.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And this is the reason to buy now. Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe Sport for $169 a month for 24 months, or get up to $5,000 in total savings. Hurry in. Offers end October 31st.
Movie. Third word, stirring. Stop mixing things.
Is it My Idiot Friend Got Satellite TV that cut out in the rain right in the middle of a game?
I think what you're thinking of is bitter little man who doesn't know how to make the best of a bad situation.
You guys are really good at this game. I haven't heard of any of these movies. I mean, is there a brain in there, or is it just all horny? I don't know. I've never seen it inside my head, so. And there's our answer.
TV that can cut out in the rain is evil.
Do a sound slide.
Spectrum is reliable. Satellite TV, bad. Spectrum, good.
Wind and rain hit the tri-state, but what about tomorrow's commute after the game?
Overhead downtown Detroit, Michigan. Tonight's aerial coverage is being brought to you by Geico. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle DeFoya. Sunday Night Football from Motown. 20-12. The Steelers on top. Great goal line stand by the Steelers, capped off by a 97-yard touchdown to Smith-Schuster. And now Detroit trying to answer as we start the fourth on a 2nd down and 4 from the 21-yard line. It's caught at the 15. And the first down, and out of bounds goes Golden Tate at roughly the 5-yard line. 1st and goal.
Love to give you a lot of different looks. Here's TJ Watt right in here, and then you're going to see Golden Tate run right around him. And so he sort of set him up on one side, and then he knew Matthew Stafford would throw it on the other. You try and drop that guy into that lurk position and create issues, but Stafford too sharp for that.
Running back is Dwayne Washington from the 4-yard line. Play action. Stafford surveying. Secondary does its work. Back of the end zone, it's incomplete. They had everybody covered. Intended for Ebron on the back line. 2nd and goal. Here's Michelle.
Yeah, well, Mike Mitchell has not been in there for the Steelers. He is questionable with a right ankle injury. And Rick Wagner is still not on the line there for the Lions. Limped off, went to the x-ray room, left ankle questionable, Al.
All right, so you've got Dan Skipper, first-year guy out of Arkansas. Number 74, Robert Golden on the Steeler end. Number 20 on the second down and goal. On the ground. Well, they're back down at the 1-yard line, where they were about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different now than it was on that second down call when they decided to throw it, because now you don't have Rick Wagner in there. Dan Skipper playing right tackle, and he was cut from the Dallas Cowboys practice squad and brought here, so you don't feel quite as strongly about running it off that right side.
Pistol formation. Washington is the back. Here he goes. They're going to stuff him again at the 1-yard line, and that's Vince Williams. So Caldwell's already gone for it, didn't make it. Now you got 4th down, and now they're going to send, and the crowd doesn't like this.
Watch here. You're going to see Vince Williams start into that hole and then come off the other way. And Sean Davis, number 28, the safety, that is a heck of a hit from him. So they decided to go for it before, but not here.
Had they made it before, they would have had the lead. This just cuts it to 5. And a 19-yard chip shot is good. 5 field goals tonight for Prater. Early in the 4th, 20-15, Pittsburgh.
We took legendary and made it liberating. We took safe and made it daring. We took intelligent and made it utterly irresistible. We took the most advanced E-Class ever and made the most exciting E-Class ever. The 2018 E-Class Coupe and Sedan. Lease the E300 sedan for $589 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
We make it look easy. We make it look good. When everybody sees it, they stop and take a look. So celebrate yourself. Celebrate. So celebrate yourself. It's gonna feel so great. We make it look good. We make it look good.
So, Verizon and Google have teamed up on the Pixel 2. It's a match made in tech heaven. It's like Verizon is the oil and Google is the balsamic.
No, actually, they separate into a suspension.
It's more like the Google Pixel 2 is the unlimited storage.
And Verizon is the best unlimited plan.
What if it's like H2 and O?
Yeah, that's right. Like that.
I had a feeling that would score with you guys. Good meeting.
When you really, really want the best, get the Pixel 2 for up to $300 off on Google's exclusive wireless partner, Verizon.
Not a yes, sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, have a seat in the foyer. Take a number. I was lightning before the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder, thunder. Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
Sunday Night Football being brought to you by Verizon, not just unlimited, Verizon Unlimited. By Microsoft Surface, the official sideline technology provider of the NFL. By Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. And by the original light beer, Miller Lite, Hold True. It's the Detroit Historical Museum, paying homage to the great tradition of music, innovation, and sports here in the Motor City. Been a while since they've celebrated a championship. Lions, one of the few teams, 4 in fact, not to go to a Super Bowl, won a championship pre-Super Bowl era back in 1957 last time. Through the end zone.
Well, it was the biggest play of this game for sure. Juju Smith-Schuster from Ben Roethlisberger, perfectly thrown ball after a couple of missed throws, but this one right on the money. And Juju Smith-Schuster took care of the rest, took it all the way to the house, and then had a little symbolism for us all. He's locking up his bicycle that he had stolen earlier in the week. He says, it's safe now, baby, it's safe now. Little spike of the football, and then Mike Tomlin comes over and gives him a kiss. That's when you know things are going well for a rookie.
Here's Bell. You missed it earlier. We talked about Smith-Schuster had his bike stolen last week in Pittsburgh. Did get it back eventually. Somebody had the wherewithal to bring a chain out here so we could play around with the stationary bike.
There we go. Show how the Steelers. There you go. Got his bike back. I think it was Antonio Brown that sent out the offer for free tickets if anybody brought the bike back. No questions asked, I think, was the terms that were put on it. And now he's going for his driver's license.
2nd down and 7.
I love that.
Tip incomplete. Tip pass off the hand of Ben Roethlisberger, who's 3 yards shy tonight of 300.
Well, Ben's lucky A'Shawn Robinson didn't catch this one. Playing against Drew Brees, he caught one of those and walked into the end zone from the 1-yard line 2 weeks ago. It's a good-looking young player right there, A'Shawn Robinson.
Play for Saban in Alabama, his 2nd year in the league. 3rd and 7. Blitz. Roethlisberger gets it away, and it's dropped. Juju Smith-Schuster had it in his hand, started to look around, look upfield, had the first down by plenty. Instead, they punt.
Oh, boy, he's going to take his kiss back on that one. Coming with a blitz, and Roethlisberger rightly threw it right into where the blitzer was and could not have hit him any more squarely in the hands. And now the Detroit Lions are going to have a chance to take the lead.
Jordan Berry, who is last in the league in net punting average, sending it down to the rookie Agnew with those 2 punt return touchdowns. Good distance on this one as it's collected at the 20-yard line by Agnew. And a decent run back of 11 yards to the 31-yard line. Lions' highest win percentage when trailing in the 4th quarter. The old coach John Madden 420, Caldwell and Tony Dungy 343, and then Vince Lombardi. Pretty good little lineup right there. Of course, last year the Lions won 9 games. They were 9-7 during the regular season. Had 8 4th quarter comebacks. Wagner's back in, so good news for the Lions on the right side as this drive starts back at the 29-yard line. Three-man rush. 8-back caught and slung out Marvin Jones along the sideline. Artie Burns makes the tackle, gain of 9 with the forward progress. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
You know, Artie Burns is one of those guys that you have to be careful with. He had some underneath support, number 25 right there. He had some support underneath him, but so many times as you watch him this year, he won't even backpedal. He'll just stand right there and dare you to try and run by you. I'm amazed that more people don't make an effort to do it, but he has been a first-class cornerback so far this year.
On the ground, Abdullah on a 2nd and 1, and he will move the sticks as he gets up to the 42-yard line with 11 minutes left in the 4th.
Well, for Jim Caldwell, one of the real assets and things that he has in common with Matthew Stafford is you'd swear neither of them have a pulse half the time. You know, they're both so calm. They never get emotional. They're just very focused on the task at hand, and probably a big reason why they've been so successful together with some of these 4th quarter comebacks.
Can they pull off another one against the Steelers? Blitz, sling the pass to the outside, but nothing doing there. Abdullah gets wrapped up at the 40-yard line by Sean Davis. second down and 11. So the two guys at the helm, Roethlisberger 297. Of course, you know where 97 of those came from. 315 yards for Stafford tonight, and they've basically done it with the two Jones guys.
Yeah, and remember that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense came in averaging, I think, under 150 yards passing a game, so they've already doubled that.
315 through the air for Stafford tonight. Stafford deep downfield, and that is caught at the 15, and then dropped and lost. And if it's a completion, it's going to be Pittsburgh ball. It is Artie Burns who comes up with the ball.
The ruling on the field is a catch, then a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
So Tate couldn't hold it, lost it, and back it comes to the Steelers.
Des, things are heating up between you and Josh Norman again. What do you have to say about that?
I'm gonna take the high road here. No comment.
But you just posted this drawing of Josh Norman riding a buck-tooth snail. Are you saying he's slow?
I would never say that.
Des, what about this drawing you just posted of Josh as a little tiny blanket? Are you saying he can't cover you?
Your words, not mine.
Really? Because it's literally signed by Des Bryant.
The Mercedes-Benz GLE can help protect you from the unpredictable and the distracted. Its cameras, radar, and sensors can help prevent just about any surprise. Well, almost. Lease the GLE 350 for $599 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
With my moderate to severe Crohn's disease, I kept looking for ways to manage my symptoms. I thought I was doing okay. Then it hit me. Managing was all I was doing. When I told my doctor, I learned Humira is for people who still have symptoms of moderate to severe Crohn's disease, even after trying other medications. In clinical studies, the majority of people on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Just managing your symptoms? Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Thursday, the Will and Grace fall finale.
Mrs. Walker, can I speak to you for a moment?
A must-see event everyone will be talking about.
Of all the times to come on to me, you pervert.
The Will and Grace fall finale, Thursday on NBC.
Golden Tate makes his 6th catch of the night. Gets both feet down. The ball appears to juggle for just a moment, but clearly it will stand. Tries to wrap it away. Ball begins to come loose. Fumble picked up by Burns. First turnover of the night for Detroit. And Pittsburgh now goes to work from the 26-yard line with 9.5 to play. Bell. Nice little run there. Gain of 8 behind the fullback Roosevelt Nix. Second down.
Yeah, good job that time by Roosevelt Nix. He hasn't made all the blocks tonight, but they are an effective team running behind their fullback right there as he comes through and makes the initial hit here on linebacker Jared Davis, creating just enough room there. Boy, Jared Davis being moved to the middle linebacker position has made Tyre Whitehead a much better player. He's a much more natural outside linebacker, and so overall this defense has been better.
Second and 2. Bell to the outside. Great tackle from behind. Taken down the 28-yard line by Ziggy Ansah, making it 3rd down and 4. So Bell tonight getting to 7,000 scrimmage yards in Eric Dickerson did it in 55 games, and now Le'Veon Bell has done it as well. 65 scrimmage yards tonight.
Pretty good comparison between those two.
Yeah.
Marvelous talents.
3rd and 4. Three-man rush, 8 back, wide open. Juju Smith-Schuster burns him again and keeps the clock rolling. Under 8 to play. First down.
Now, this is just a gift, dropping way out over here, and you just have to get to the first down line. This slot guy here is supposed to get in the flat. He fooled around just a minute there with the slot, but it was 1 minute too long, and that was an easy first down conversion when it shouldn't have been.
Chew up some clock here. Ball at the 43-yard line. Bell again. To a passel of Honolulu blue shirts. That's the official color of their uniforms. Second down and long.
You know, the one thing about Le'Veon Bell is, and a lot of great backs are like this. Barry Sanders was like this. You never see him get hit that hard, you know, and so it's why he can handle the ball 35 times a game. And we talked to him about it a little bit, and he said, you know, it's really only 4 or 5 hits a game that seem to impact me at all. So everybody's so concerned about my number of carries, but I usually feel great on Monday and Tuesday.
Played his college ball, did Le'Veon, up the road at East Lansing, Michigan State, and now you got Ben saying, here, take this.
Full start.
Play is over.
Offense, number 78, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Alejandro Villanueva, the left tackle.
Well, Villanueva, Mike Tomlin, a huge fan of his, isn't he? Just thinks he has, what do you say, that one-time presidential qualities. He just thinks the world of what he has become, a converted D lineman that is getting better every single time you watch him play.
6'9" and 320. Goes their left tackle. Second down and 13 now. And Bell cannot get out of the backfield. Zettel making the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 15.
There we go. Zettel coming right off the back end. One of the downsides of not hitting it hard is if you get a defensive lineman that's willing to follow the offensive lineman in front of him, this time Chris Hubbard, sometimes you can catch it from behind.
You've got Hubbard down. He's the injured Steeler in agony right now. And again, he's taking the place of Marcus Gilbert, who's injured and inactive tonight. So they'll have to go to what would be their 3rd right tackle, and that'll be Matt Filer.
Wow, he has 0 offensive snaps so far this year. So we are down to 3rd string tackles on each team.
Well, you saw Hubbard say, I'm all right, but he has to come out at least for 1 play. 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, that's a big play. You need pass protection here. Let's see if they're in that same formation where they've been running Antonio Brown across the field and blocking with the receivers down here at the bottom of the screen. See if they do it again.
Lions rushing 4. Line does its job. Swing it out to Bell. And he'll get taken down at the 41-yard line, forcing a punt. Tavon Wilson makes the stop there with 5.5 minutes to play.
Yeah, they take the alternative off of that. Instead of going back to that right side, they came back to the left and looked like Ben Roethlisberger. Ooh, that could have very easily been a late hit there. And Ben looking immediately, didn't get the call.
So Berry comes into the game. He's averaging 48 yards per punt tonight. Far better than his average for the season coming in. Sky high kick. Bearcats called for. Agnew at the 15-yard line. So 4:55 left in regulation. Stafford goes to work, down by 5.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, how you like? All I need is my brother. I say I'm gonna get high. Oh, there's gotta be somebody.
VW drivers have always put others first. Now, we're returning the favor with the People First warranty, America's best bumper-to-bumper limited warranty.
If you love life, get your deep-fried turkey sandwiches at Arby's. If you like flirting with death, deep fry your turkey at home and risk blowing it up. 2 solid options here. Arby's, we have the meat.
Alexa, reorder Purina Beyond cat food.
Order confirmed.
Alexa, show me my baby.
Okay.
There she is.
Call from the bedroom.
Everything okay down there?
You don't have to sacrifice taste to stay in the game. Miller Lite, always brewed to have more taste and be less filling. Miller Lite, hold true.
For a moment, I thought I had given it away.
Schifrin nearly loses it.
Finding that I had won, Dad was crying. Mom was, she's one of my coaches, so she was like crying as a mom and scolding me as a coach. I was like, I know, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
Well, the Meadowlands in New Jersey, the site of Thursday Night Football. It'll be the Buffalo Bills at 5-2 taking on the New York Jets. The AFC East confrontation on the NFL Network Thursday night. So first down from the 15-yard line for Stafford and company. That's tip. The pass over the middle. T.J. Watt getting his hands on it. Brother J.J. and T.J. saying the other night, well, he's coming along. He's restless.
You just see T.J. Watt in the middle of that defensive line, and you have to assume he's going to rush. He doesn't. He drops back. Shows a little vertical there. He's back in the middle again now.
Stafford slings it. And then it's caught by Marvin Jones. Still on the loose and gets wrestled down after a gain of 7 yards. Artie Burns making the stop, and that's 6 catches for 129 for Jones.
The Jones guys are having a night tonight, aren't they? That's a heck of a way to reestablish his balance. I thought he might break around here, but it was a nice tackle by Artie Burns. This is a team that has yet to score on an 80-plus yard drive all season. Started at the 15 on this one.
3rd and 3. Ticking down to 4 minutes in the 4th. And that will move the chains. A first down caught by Eric Ebron, the tight end, and he gets a big Bronx cheer because he's been in the crosshairs of these fans for dropping so many passes and not living up to their expectations. Gets a first down here.
Well, quick snap, and they are going to catch the Steelers. Free play.
Yep. Flag is down, but it's going to be against Pittsburgh. And for the moment, Hayden's got an interception, but that ain't going to count. Because it got to the line and you had...
There are flags everywhere.
Running on and off the field.
Well, it was Bud Dupree who didn't get off the field, but we've got to see what this collection of laundry is all about. There he is right there. And nice job by Matthew Stafford going all Tom Brady, Peyton Manning
there are 2 fouls on the play, both by the defense. Defense too many. That penalty declined. Offsides, defense number 48. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced. Previous spot, first down.
I'm not happy. You know, you're shot. It's the end of the game. You're exhausted. And Stafford's going to check, point it out, make sure you throw that flag. I see it. Now I'm throwing it as far as I can.
First down and 5 now from the 41-yard line.
Which creates opportunities if you want to take a shot.
Steady sets up a screen. Dula is going to be stopped a little bit short of the first down. Looking ahead, all 3 timeouts at Detroit's disposal, plus the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and even better, though, because now you have a 2nd and 1, and you can make the argument you would have 2 chances to convert if you wanted to take something down the field. And remember, Mike Mitchell, their safety, out of the game.
Stafford surveys. 2nd down and 1. Goes over the middle. Caught. That is Ebron again. Ebron inside the 30, the 20, and out of bounds around a 9-yard line. So the man they love to hate, the guy who's in all sorts of trade rumors, 2 big plays in a row.
Completely blown coverage. Coming to the outside, they jump the inside route with 2 defenders, and Ebron, it went from a Bronx cheer to a Lions cheer very quickly here. Turned around. It's almost stunning sometimes when you catch a ball in the open field and there's nobody around you. But here we go again with Matthew Stafford in these 4th quarter comebacks.
44 yards. Meanwhile, Sean Davis is being assisted off the field at the end of that play. They will spot the ball at the 11-yard line to make it first down. Robert Golden and J.J. Wilcox, the ex-Dallas Cowboy, now will come into the game with Davis out. Stafford has thrown for 418 yards tonight, but Detroit does not have a touchdown. Riddick in the backfield with him.
They're all the way across the board. Stafford knows it's coming one direction or the other. He just doesn't know which way. Coming from his left.
Right, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Jones in the end zone. Covered there by Artie Burns. 2nd and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Had a chance, but once again, Artie Burns, in the biggest moments, does a great job getting his head around. So many young players don't do that. And for Marvin Jones, just couldn't quite get his hands on it. Theo Riddick is always a big choice down here because of his man-on-man route running abilities. Number 25 coming out of the backfield. Once again, though, you have 6 across the board. You try to figure out which one of those 6 will be blitzing. 4 or 5 of those guys will be coming after Stafford.
3 on each side. They send 4. The pass is caught at the 6-yard line. Tate makes the catch. 3rd down and 5. Hilton makes the tackle. Clock keeps rolling to 40 left.
Yeah, you could tell that Matthew Stafford thought it was going to come from the left side that time. He slid his line to the left, and Theo Riddick had to come across. So they go this way, so that means Riddick is one-on-one with the linebacker coming, and he did his job.
Sean Davis gets back in there in the secondary. 3rd down and 5. 6 defensive backs. Only one guy with his hand on the ground for Pittsburgh. Now make it 2. Keep it on the ground. And Riddick can go nowhere. So now it's 4th down. It's 4th down and 7. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Going down to the end in Detroit. 20-15 Steelers.
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Yeah. Oh, baby, how you like? All I need is my
VW drivers have always put others first. Now, we're returning the favor with the People First warranty, America's best bumper-to-bumper limited warranty.
Wendy's new chicken tenders are perfectly crispy and tender. And with a new side of Sawsome sauce, they're even better. So now the question is,
to dip or not to dip?
For a limited time, try the new chicken tenders with fries and a drink for just $5. Only at Wendy's.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Monkeys. Yeah, 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 monkeys. Okay.
Don't know what you asking for, but you're back on it like that. You ain't really seen it like that before, like that before. You like, when you put it like that, you right.
Wednesday on The Blacklist. Can Red stop a good cop from becoming a vigilante? I'll do whatever it takes to find that man. Then on SVU.
We're a treatment facility for troubled girls. This isn't a prison.
When is the cure worse than the disease?
Do not send your kids here.
And on Chicago PD, a search for a cop killer.
We will take him down for this.
Could put them all in the crosshairs. An all-new Wednesday on NBC.
All right, biggest play of the game upcoming. The two head coaches on top. You got Keith Butler, the defensive coordinator for the Steelers, bottom left. Jim Bob-Cooter, what play is he going to send in here? On a 4th down and 7, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown.
You know, Al, it's so interesting here. A lot of teams in this situation end up rushing only 3 and dropping 8 guys. That's a lot of defenders in a small space when you're backed up like this.
Steelers, only one guy with his hand on the ground right now. That's Hargrave.
Do you trust Eric Ebron, big target tight end?
Stafford under pressure, has it almost intercepted, but they're going to turn it over anyway. Ryan Shazier might have ended the night for sure. So they come up empty again, close to the goal line. The only good thing for Detroit right now is they do have all of their timeouts, and they can take them obviously on defense.
Yeah, unbelievable. They rush 3 and still get pressure. Exactly what we were talking about. Keith Butler deciding that he was going with coverage, and they still got pressure. Right up the middle, that was Travis Swanson basically getting pushed right back into his quarterback, Matthew Stafford. And so the woes continue in the red zone now for the Detroit Lions. 0 for 5 tonight, scoring touchdowns in the red zone. They have been up and down the field and simply cannot score a touchdown.
They have, as a team, the Lions do 483 yards, which would be the 3rd most ever in an NFL game without a touchdown. Ball at the 8-yard line, and this is Bell taking it to the 12, and the Lions will take their first time out. We can tell you that coming up after the game, the Volkswagen post-game report. Michelle, as usual, on the field with the stars of the game. Mike Tirico, Tony Dungy, and Mike Florio wrap it up. Talk about the day's news. Chris and I look ahead to Sunday night's game next week, Raiders against the Dolphins, and that's coming up right after the game.
And now there's no way to not factor in now the fact the Detroit Lions on 4th and goal from the 1 decided to not kick that field goal. You never know how it completely plays out, right? You never have an understanding, but it clearly, those points, those 3 points look awfully big with that decision having to go for it.
And of course, what happened on the back end of it is a 97-yard touchdown pass to Juju Schuster. Going to Smith as well. Yeah, Schuster's. Roethlisberger throws incomplete, and the Lions say thank you very much for that little break. That stops the clock without them using a timeout and makes it 3rd down and 6.
Well, I think you know what they were doing there. Mike Tomlin probably told Todd Haley, listen, you go get this. Put our best players in play. That's Ben Roethlisberger. That's Antonio Brown. Whoever it is, we got to have this first down. We're not kicking it back to him.
But it stops the clock, preserves a timeout for Detroit. And then they need obviously to stop here on 3rd down and 6. Roethlisberger fires, and that is a flag that gets thrown. Slay and Eli Rogers got tangled up.
There was a big jerk of a jersey, unless it was some optical illusion.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 23. Ball places for the foul. Automatic. 1st down.
Lions can only wish it was an optical illusion.
Let's look right there. Grab of the hand. That's exactly what it was by Darius Slay. The official in front was blocked by the receiver. The official behind with some great officiating to have seen that. And oh my goodness, they were going to get the ball back.
Instead, it's a 1st down. They have 2 timeouts. So even without a 1st down, they're going to be able to take some time off the clock here. And then Detroit is compelled to take a timeout after a gain of about 6.
It has been all red zone defense tonight for the Pittsburgh Steelers. One after another. Huge hits in the running game. Pressure in the passing game. Another big hit, that one by Sean Davis. A huge stop there. And finally pressure with a 3-man rush. And now the Lions defense has to make a play. Mike Tomlin, we won that one.
Cannot afford to give up a 1st down. They're down to 1 timeout. 2nd down and 4. From the 29-yard line. And there is Bennett. He's going to be a little bit short of the 1st down. So they take their final timeout here. Clearly a 1st down on the next play would end the game. If nothing else, they'll be able to take 40 seconds off the clock. The Steeler defense, look at that, 483 yards given up tonight, but no touchdowns.
Yeah, that's when you go home and you feel queasy to your stomach when you're an offense and you put up those kinds of numbers, and then you turn around and look at the scoreboard and you see a 15. That feels like it's impossible.
Well, as we say, 3rd most yardage. They may get the ball back. They could even add to that. Could be the most ever by the time this one is over. So 3rd down and 1. Comes down to a stop, or in effect, the end of the game for Pittsburgh with the 1st down. Shovel pass, and that's a 1st down to Smith-Schuster. He does it again. He picks up the 1st down, and they can run that clock all the way down to a 6-2 record and a very happy bye week upcoming for a team that will play 5 of its last 7 games in the friendly confines of Heinz Field.
This is brilliant. Antonio Brown going this way. Look how wide Le'Veon Bell is here. So everybody is thinking going out here, and then you shovel pass it back inside. That is an ace call. I'm going to guess that may have been one of their 2-point conversion plays when they needed it most, but when they needed it most had nothing to do with 2 points. And here you go. This is what it feels like when you played like that and you're going to lose a game.
Yeah. And some laundry, probably some fines. Peacemaker Tomlin coming out.
There was a lot going on, but it looked like Pouncey delivered a blow to the chops of one of the defensive linemen.
After the play was over, personal foul, defense, number 91. That player is ejected for throwing a punch.
That is Ashawn Robinson. Punched Ramon Foster, and it gets him ejected.
Well, there's a punch, but 2 punches by Pouncey's was a lot better. I promise you. Boom. Now, he didn't have his fist closed, but it was a shot.
A little left, maybe cross, more than a jab for sure. Meanwhile, I think they can start the clock here is what it amounts to. Signal ready for play. Even if they don't, they'll have to run 2 plays because take 40 off the clock here. One more Pyrrhic snap coming up.
You know, it wasn't Ben's best night, but when he had to have a play, he came up with that huge throw to Juju Smith-Schuster, and his defense in the red zone won the football game. Mike Tomlin had to love watching his red zone defense make play after play after play tonight to win it.
No question. Official said we've seen enough. Don't have to run that one more play, which would have a second left on the clock. Teams will head to the locker rooms. The Steelers will head to a mini vacation, go to Indianapolis in 2 weeks, and as we say, 5 of the next 7 after that at home to wrap up the second half of the season. Detroit goes to Green Bay next week. That's been a house of horrors. Here's your final score coming up next, Volkswagen Postgame Report after these messages.
Tomorrow,
What are we toasting?
a moment of temptation could lead to a trap.
Please, you must know someone who could help.
You could have picked any girl in Spain. Instead, you picked the half-Russian spy daughter.
Will helping her
It feels like a setup.
put the mission and the team in jeopardy?
I'm not lying to you. If it's a trap, you're at risk.
Get out of there.
The Brave, all new tomorrow after The Voice and catch up on demand.
Okay, traffic's a mess. I gotta call you back.
Good luck. So it's you versus the commute. No match for your Ford Explorer.
Find alternate route.
Explorer handles that with sync and onboard navigation, so you can avoid traffic delays. And with driver assist features for blind spots, Explorer has got you covered.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, that's the total package. Now during SUV season, get an Explorer with 0% for 60 months plus $1,750 bonus cash, or lease one for $229 a month.
To withstand a future mission to Mars, mankind needs the right technology. So Hewlett-Packard